Not at all, but we're live.
We're live.
What's up, everybody?
La 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 la.
Episode 47, and we finally did it. We got Billy down
Ooh.
that way
Who's that
over
guy?
there in the corner on the Let Me Know show. Billy Morphs-R.W.O, what's up? How's it going tonight?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I mean, it's like it has been a while. You've asked me like months and months and months ago last year, and I'm like, dude, Tuesdays suck for me because usually I have a Sunday, Monday as always, and then a Wednesday and a Friday. And well, even this week I did Sunday, yesterday, Monday, Tuesday. I was gonna do a Wednesday, but I'm like, I better not, so I didn't schedule it. So it's gonna be next Wednesday, but I do have a Friday. So, it's any other day it'd be a lot easier, but it's like, dude, it's like my only day I really get a chance to breathe. And normally Tuesdays are my rack cleaning day. So It's actually the worst, longest day, and it's like, fuck, I gotta go home and do a live. But because we had a storm here today and it's coming tomorrow also, the guy that I do the rats with, he called and said, hey man, can I come in on Monday so I don't have to fucking fight the storm? I'm like, you know what? It actually works out perfect because, I've been home since 7 o'clock and had a couple hours to relax instead of coming right from the rats, right into the shower and then fucking right here. So it worked out perfectly. Finally.
Glad you can make it. This is episode 47. All right.
I can rock and roll, baby.
Heck yeah. So we're at 20 and everybody else knows what's coming. I'm sorry you have to witness this, but
Jesus.
So Ken always does the truffle shuffle when we hit 20.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
I was gonna put him backstage, but he's the host.
Sorry you had to witness that, Billy. Justin knew it was coming. He went backstage. That's his usual.
That's all good.
But let's get into start talking about this auction that's coming up right away. Kent's going to go backstage and run the chat for me tonight because it's probably going to get out of hand. But February 10th, we are doing the benefit auction for Stan and his wife Tiff from Sea of Serpents. She's battling cancer, and we're just trying to do what we can to help them guys out. Stan, what's been going on with that, if you want to talk about it?
Well, she was supposed to start new chemo treatment last week, but her platelets went down a lot, so they couldn't do it. So yesterday was kind of like
bad day for you. I mean, you don't have to go in detail with it. I mean, I know it's hard to talk about it. But
she had to have a blood transfusion today, and everything went good with that. So we just got to wait it out till tomorrow and wait for some more blood tests. And she may need another blood transfusion tomorrow, so we'll see. But she's a fucking warrior, man.
I guess she is.
Yep.
She's trooping through it, and she doesn't want to quit.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
she wants to do this new treatment so bad, and just her platelets ain't letting her do it. So what happens is when your platelets get too thin, you're prone to bleeding out. So they're afraid if they inject the chemo into her port that it's going to backfire and bleed back into the chemo treatment, and she could possibly bleed out from her port.
Right.
So until we can get her platelets to go back up, which we're hoping that the transfusions will do it, it's a waiting process right now. I mean, today compared to yesterday, because she had to get taken out of here yesterday by ambulance because She was having super hard time breathing. I didn't know, she didn't know, but she has pneumonia. So that's why she was having problems breathing. They did a breathing treatment, so that's helped out a lot. But I went there this morning, man, not like I slept at all. Like I said, I was on KG's live early this morning, and I ain't slept since, like, I don't know. The sleeping is an after factor. I know I got to take care of myself, and now I'm eating and I'm showering, and it's just a sleep factor. My body, I crash when I'm ready to crash. Everybody's like, my phone's going crazy, in-laws coming into town, son's coming from New York here, So everybody's like, shut your phone off, but I can't because I'm afraid if something happens and I'm trying to get an emergency phone call, how the fuck am I going to hear it if my phone is off?
Yeah.
And go to the hospital to get some crazy ass news, I would feel the worst on myself. So I'll get sleep. It's just my body will crash for a few hours and I'll be back at it again,
Yeah, you'll be amazed at how if you're focused on something else, sleep, it's overrated, but you do need it. But
Yeah.
I mean, you can push yourself, and I'd be the same way if I was in your shoes. Like, that phone rings, I want to be fucking answering it or up to answer it, or waking me up if I did get some Z's, just because you don't want to miss that one call if it happened to come in.
Yeah,
Right.
And that's my whole. I thought about it. Hey, put the phone on silent, but I can't put myself to that. Can't. Even when I'm not there, I have her stepmom and her real father is in town. So while I came to try to crash for a few hours this afternoon, they stayed at the hospital with her. So
give you a little bit of a break. That's good.
Yeah, man. So before I head backstage, I want to give a huge shout out to everybody that has reached out for donations so far. There's 30 plus people with things that run the gamut from a normal butter to a visual with some codoms, possibly double head. I mean, it's all over the place. You guys have been awesome. I also want to give a huge shout out to Charlie at Gray Rider Reptiles that is offering free shed testing for any of the possible heads that he has tests for.
Cool.
And another huge shout out to Robin from Redline Shipping, who is offering us a nice 60% off shipping code for those animals that are one to be shipped within the lower 48. That's awesome. You'll have to work it out with him. I'll send you guys all the details after this is over. But there's 95 comments in the chat already. I have to get backstage and get to this, but thank you all for donating. Thank you all for your support so far, and give it up for Billy.
Thanks, Kraft. Appreciate you, man.
Bye, Kent.
Later, Kent.
He's awesome.
I'll give a shout out to Kent for being backstage, because I would not be able to keep up with these comments that are coming in. You guys are just popping off. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kent, for being backstage.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it makes us look bigger now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I didn't realize before it was that big.
Jesus is up in here. Mark from Brotherhood.
What's up, Mark?
What's up? So while he's running through the backstage, what's up, Jay Slithers? Something that I wanted to kind of get your opinion on is like these. What's up, Brian? All these codoms that have the same names, like just genetic testing is going to like kind of wind that down. And the biggest one that's out there nowadays is Blitztrick and Hurricane. I mean,
yes,
that came out like last summer. I think Wharf Market came out with a list, and I'm a researcher. I seen that list and I was just like, yo, wait. I tried to put it out there, but everyone was giving me flack about it. Like, no, Blitztrick, they're different. Hurricane's a different line, and
it's been out there forever. The people that like, oh no, this and that, and Hans in Europe and people here, and it's just, what's
up, James?
They did testing, and it's they're testing Trick, and it's coming back Hurricane. So,
actually, they spoke about that just a little bit ago on Adam Proper Rules channel, and our Gray Rider was there. Charlie was there, and he just said all three of them are confirmed the same gene. All
Correct.
three of them do testing, everything. They're
What's
confirmed through gene testing, everything, that they are exactly the fucking same.
So now it's up to us, or, I mean, there's a lot of people that, and I get it, it's preference, right? Like some people like trick, they like the word trick or blitz. I myself, I have a little blitz, but it's mostly trick and majorly hurricane. I like hurricane. So when I breed them, I mean, I've got some pairings now. I think I got some in the incubator. If not, I've got my super hurricane stuff breeding to my, hypo trick combo stuff. And if I saw something that looked like a Hayabusa, the super hurricane, I was just going to call it and change everything in my racks to hurricane. And now with genetic testing, I can definitely do it, but there's going to be people that are going to say, no, I like the trick. And, we just got to inform people, put it out there that, hey, all three are genetically the same. Like some people still use Coral Glow. I fucking hate Coral Glow. I'm banana.
It's banana. It's fucking banana.
My Coral Glow shit to banana for years. And you know what? Banana Coral Glow. If you want to call it Coral Glow, great. It's just up to the person. I don't know if people are going to change, or it's like everybody's going to say, hey, let's drop everything and let's have a vote and we all call it hurricane. Some people are going to say, fuck that, I'm calling it trick. And let them. I mean, it's up to you what you want to call your stuff.
I think the argument on that is what trick came out first, like 2 years before or something, then hurricane, and then hurricane actually became its name. So the argument's going to be on that is who actually named it first, which really doesn't fucking matter. It's really the audience that's going to speak that says they want to name it first, this or that. It's going to be whatever name that we like the most. This is where it comes out to the audience and us to name it. We fucking really want to name it, whether you like or not. Like banana and Coral Glow. Which one do we like to name it better? Banana. So it's up to the audience on that one too. So.
And I mean,
people that like to call it Coral Glow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if someone calls their stuff trick. Don't matter. I know what it is. It's hurricane to me. So if I buy it and now it comes in my collection, it's going to be called hurricane. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. But I don't care. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, they should call it hurricane. And, these guys are idiots to call it trick and blitz. No, we've been doing it forever. Keep doing it. That's just how I believe. But if it comes into my collection, I'm changing it to what I prefer. So, and we'll see.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm a firm believer that we shouldn't have like recessive. Everything should call het. Like it should be het pastel or het enchi, because there's heterozygous forms and there's homozygous forms of the genes.
But then you're going to confuse so many fucking people.
But yeah, that's just it. Then everyone's going to be confused and it's not going to make sense. But I kind of get it that way. There's only two forms of the genes, and incomplete dominant is basically just a made up word for our breeders. My cat's down here rubbing against the bottom of my tripod. That's why it's moving.
Sure it is. Sure it's the cat.
They never want anything to do with me, but I have Billy on, and now the cat's like, hey, pay attention to me.
We start hearing thumping on the table, we know it's not the cat.
I'm going to say this. I'm probably going to get in trouble, but hey, when Billy's on, all the pussy comes. Oh,
we're going to see someone flying in the back door hitting it.
Billy's got jokes. Oh, my God.
It's your story. You tell the way you want it.
There you go. But no, I mean, it's the genetic testing, I think, is great for a lot of things. We're going to learn a lot of new things. We're going to learn. I bet you there's a lot of other stuff that's allelic that we don't even fucking know yet. Or we're not even, because it was like 5 years ago or so, 6 years ago. We did a video where Austin and I said, like, hey, Enchi and black pastel are fucking allelic. Oh my God. It was you guys are fucking idiots. Wow, man, that the cold up there is getting to you fucking guys. It was a Morph Market post and people are like, what the fuck? And next thing you know, the more people were doing it. Hi, well, how can I have this super enchi cinnamon? That's not a super enchi cinnamon. It's just a cinnamon enchi, and all this other stuff. And, more people were looking into it. And guess what? We were right. So, but I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that, we're going to find out genetically. And and what I do like about, you know, the recessive, you know, with the hets and how it's harder, and you got to sort of understand the way genetics work. 10 plus years ago, when you started talking about people and recessives, they were like, "Oh, that's too confusing. You know, I'll just stick with the codoms and the, you know, the incomplete dominance and everything else, and you know, however you want to word it." They're like, "No, this is easy. You breed this and you can reproduce it. But if I breed this, I got to hold stuff back and then do and it basically deferred people from getting into the recessive, which was great because that's the higher end stuff, and less people are in it, the more fucking the value was. So, right. You know, sometimes, you know, when something's too confusing and people, you know, don't want to, you know, wrap their head or learn about it, it's actually benefits the people that are in it.
Mm-hmm. That's
so. And now, if you're not getting something with recessive in it, you're doing it wrong. You know, so 10 fucking years later, it's like, you know, it's like a whole reverse, and it's great. So,
do you think it's ever going to go back to where these recessives? Because I was talking to my mentor. He's a guy that's been doing it for 20 years, and he was talking to another guy, and they're saying that they're just going to stick to their guns and doing their old school things because these double and triple recessives in a couple years, and they're going to be overproduced and nobody's going to want them. And I'm just like, I think you're seeing the market wrong there. I really do.
Yep. So I don't know what they're doing, but you know, I've got 5 breeder triple recessive males. And, you know, I put that with 1 in 4 and 1 in 8 odds, and I fucking missed. I've got a triple recessive male going to triple recessives. I actually had one. I had 6 eggs. Okay. Triple recessive to a double recessive het. 1 in fucking 2 to hit a triple. 1 in 2 to hit a triple. Out of fucking 6 eggs, 1 went bad, and I missed on the other 5. What the fuck? So, you know, I don't know how triples and quads, you know, they think we're going to be able to mass produce these fucking things because we're chasing the fucking odds. And guess what? If I've got a triple visual female in my rack, I ain't breeding that to the same triple recessive male to make more. I'm putting it into something else. So I think they got that backwards, man. I mean,
yeah, I do too.
The game is, you know.
And I told him that right from there. I said, I think you're looking at it backwards. But prophecy says, can you ask Billy to tell the van story?
You know, fucking prophecy. I popped on a live the other day. They were on, and I popped in, and it's like, oh shit, everybody, you know. And the funny thing is, you know, I didn't know that, you know, when I was looking at the post that he was posting, and I screenshotted, it said the van, right? But in the chat when he came on, you know, he had prophecy, and at the beginning, you know, I went, oh, here's prophecy, you know, and he's like, yeah, I was a friend of his until I knew what was going on, and yeah, I really found out and learned more, so I unfollowed him, and you know, sorry, Billy, blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, no problem. And then about half an hour later, I start going off on my thing. That's fucking the van. And I made a comment like, yeah, you know, he's probably a pedophile with his other pedophile. And like, hey, man, hey, kids, come to the van. So, you know, and then he's like, hey, man, why you beating on me? I said sorry. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you said sorry? I'm the van. I'm like, well, fuck, how am I supposed to know the van is prophecy, right? So it was pretty bad. But hey, man, like, you know, I mean, I was heated, man. That shit was real. You know, I mean, when you fuck around with women and fucking underage kids, and you're a stalker, and women are afraid to go to fucking expos because of you, and it's crazy, you know, and you know, I've known, and I'm sitting there, fuck it. Like, you know, I can't take it. It bugs me. There's so much pieces of shit in this community, you know. We all just sit there and go, let it slide until the next victim, and then let it slide. And then it's, you know, if they're going to get away with it, it's going to be worse and worse for people. I'm fucking sick of it. You know,
hey, I think we all almost. I know Ken has a daughter. I have a daughter. You know, Stan, I think you got a daughter.
3 of them.
So it's like, There ain't no wrapping around on that answer right there for you.
I got a daughter and 3 granddaughters, so
Yeah,
I'll actually get to meet my newest granddaughter this weekend. So
Oh, that's awesome.
get to meet her.
Awesome.
I have furry and scaly daughters.
Stan, you got to put me down on the books for $6 US Art because we hit 30 and 40. So that's 1 and 5. So there's another 6. I do believe the show did $9 now. So keep going. We're going to donate as much as you people watch. But so a question I got for you is what was one thing that kind of changed you from having the old school mentality of let's hide everything to, hey, I want to, help people out and let them know how to grow their collection? Was there one thing that happened, or was it just something that you've seen happening in the community?
Actually, that's a really good fucking question.
We put some thought in these questions. Like, I really do. I sit back and I'm like, what has not really been asked? What has never been asked? So I really try to hit somewhere that you've never touched before.
I got my first ball python in 1996, 97. Most people probably aren't even born then. 96, 97. I bought my first snake. A year or two later, 1998, my daughter was born. About 2001, I started, 2002, I really started, back then, it was a pastel for like $5 or $6 grand. I paid for a pastel male, and then I started getting, more serious in 2005, 2006, buying animals and holding them, and growing them up. There was no YouTube, no social media, none of this shit, no mentors. It was a small community. So when I found out there was like, oh, there's reptile shows. What the fuck? What's a reptile show? Oh, it's a bunch of people that, oh, cool. You go there and, that was your buying source. And it's also your selling source. It's a small circle. So I understood the mentality as a businessman. Well, fuck, if I sell, every person that buys one of these animals from me is now my direct competitor in the small little pool of, people in Toronto or the surrounding area. I get it. Okay. But people were pieces of shit. They sold you the shittiest animals. They lied to you. They overcharged. And they're like, hey, dude, I don't give a fuck. If you want it, you can only get it from me. So pay the price or fuck off. Like, wow, okay. Because, there was no BOIs, you couldn't, who were you going to tell? Like, what are you going to do? Like, whine to somebody that's like, well, he fucked me too, so you couldn't do nothing about it. So, we learned a lot. I my animals suffered. I suffered. I didn't have, 2-3 years of me trying to breed. I'm like, why the fuck are my animals like, do these not lay eggs? Like, how do these guys do it? And then you start doing more things and changing. It's like, oh shit, I got a couple eggs and some slugs. And, you realize, feeding's important. I stopped dropping temps, which was very important for me because I was dropping temps for 3-4 months and doing all this nonsense with the lights and, only breeding for, the breeding season is October, November to February, March. That's it. Fuck no, so 2009, I kept putting money in. I was getting better and better at it, but there was no, buddies or support or, it was you on your own. You went and talked to somebody about snakes and shit. And, oh, I can't tell you, I got a new snake. You'll see next year. Everything was secretive and it sort of sucked, but I get it. And, because, oh, I'm getting this stuff from Nerd. I'm getting some of this Hidden Gene Woma stuff in. Wow, I'm going to do it too so I can compete. Like, that's what everybody had in their head. So you just shut up about it. And then when you had stuff for sale, it's like, I never knew you had it. Oh, I got lots of it. That's how we went about it. But 2009, I'm like, you know what? I had a bunch of stuff growing up, some het lavenders. I actually I paid $15,000 for a subadult spider lavender male from Dave Green, actually, 2009. I paid 15,000 US, brought it up, bred it, and I fucking hit like 6 out of 7 or 5 out of 7 lavenders and spider labs in the clutch. I'm like, wow, these are 2,000-3,000 a piece. And I started selling them because no one else really had them, and I had so many and held some back. And holy fuck, I just made like fucking good ass money. Wow. Right. So then in 2010 is when I spent 21.5 and I ended up buying the pastel crystal, which turns out to be the world's first het monsoon. And,
wow.
But even before that, I bred that animal. First year I got 13 clutches, and the second year I got 12. So 25 clutches because of the ultrasound. Once I got that ultrasound in 2010, let me ultrasound. Oh shit, she's ready now. Well, it can't be ready now. It's March, May. I mean, June, July. Oh wow. Let me pair. Holy shit, I got eggs, 3 months, 4 months later. So, changing the temps, doing the light cycle, breeding only for 3, 4, 5 months a year. That all went out the fucking window, and I just turned it up and never looked back. So when I started doing this, people were like, and now actually, I got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm buying stuff. People are coming to me, buying some stuff. And, hey, how do you do this? Hey, I had a really shitty year. And because I knew, and I had shitty years, I'm like, you know what? Like, it really sucks. It's also opening up the world where, I was importing a lot of stuff from the US. So, I just had it in me. I don't know what year, but I was always trying to help people, so that they didn't have to go through the shit I did, the last 5 to 10 years prior, because it sucks failing. It sucks not knowing what to do with these animals. And, you really want to buy more. And the only way to buy more is to breed more and be successful and confident and sell stuff off or trade stuff to get stuff that's how the cycle works. Unless you got some big ass bank, but not many people do, or the bank will run out at some point. And then you have to learn to reproduce, hold stuff back, grow your collection, trade or sell stuff to buy other stuff and keep it growing and moving. And I just never looked back. And, I've had a great success. I mentor a lot of people around the world, and a lot of people are doing well, or at least taking the advice and understanding it, and then making a decision or utilizing some of it, whatever. I mean, I don't get mad if people don't listen to me or take my advice, but if they can hear it and understand it and make a decision, it's beneficial to them to at least listen to myself and other people that are successful and go, well, fuck, like, these other guys that I've been hanging around and doing it for years, like, how come they sort of stay the way they are, making the same shit, and these guys are skyrocketing? It's not magic. You know what I mean? It's knowledge and planning and knowing what to do. And I'm just trying to teach people that.
Let me ask you this then. Like, since you're obviously helping people and everything. Now, also, did that like help you like progress in other projects by being your neck out for somebody else, and that actually helped you in a project down the road where you bought a snake from them, and you're like, hey, you know what? Actually, that progressed me by me helping that person out and me teaching them everything, because they're going to work something different that I'm not going to work. So therefore,
like help me.
It's like help you.
You know what? I mean, that's that's the mentality you have. Like, I always go out and try to help people out and stuff. And it's like, well, hey, shit, I'm helping this person out so much that when they want to buy something, they'll buy something for me because I'm helping them. A lot of times, too, those motherfuckers don't buy anything from you, but they're calling you because the animals they're buying from everybody else isn't what they're supposed to be, or it's sick, and the person that they bought it from. And it's like, why do you come to me for all your fucking advice? You buy shit from other people, and then you're calling me to deal with the shit you bought from other people because those people you keep buying from keep fucking you. I don't get it. So not everybody has that, like, that mentality. But all I know is the more people that I tell the truth to, that I show that, I've never gone on a video and say, wow, look how easy this is. Oh, wow, look at everything's perfect. I've never had an issue. And that's why I really got into YouTube and done it the way I've done it, because people would call me and go, what am I doing wrong? I'm like, what do you mean? Well, every time I go down, I go to work, I come home, I open up and they're shitting and shedding, and there's shit in the water dish, and there's cocoa in the water dish, and okay, and what's the problem? You know,
part of
well,
it.
on YouTube, everybody else, they have perfect water and there's never shit and stuff. I'm like, you know what? That's staged. And if you ever watch my early YouTube, I'd be opening up, oh, guys, look, there's some shed and poop. Oh, my God, freak out. I'm like, my snake's going to die. Like, you know, that's fucking, if you have, you know, a snake or anything living and it eats and it shits and it does, you know, that is a healthy animal.
100%. 100%.
Just, you know, I used to breed dogs. Okay. When you have a whelping pen, okay, when they have babies and milk and shit and the mom's shitting and then the you know, wow, the amount of fucking cleaning I had to do for those dogs, you know, and put them on the moms. I would sleep beside it, and I'd either wake up because that, you know, one of the babies were rolled on. I did English bulldogs, and you would hear them squeak, or the stench of the fucking poop. Just, oh my God, I got to wake up and fucking clean it and change it. You know, that's just fact. But you don't see people when they're selling dogs, and you see all the shit but that's like, look at a woman having a baby. You know, you see the baby, wow, that's beautiful. Look at the shit that just came out all over the bed. Like, you don't see that shit, but that's just reality. So for me, I wanted to do everything real. Here's what's real. Here's this. This is what I do. And I figured if I'm honest with people and I show them, like, and people have seen me grow. It's not like I'm a one-hit wonder. I keep growing, and I grow because I know what the fuck I'm doing. And the reason why every year is more successful is because I put the ingredients in the plan to make it happen. I don't just hope. I hope these animals, you know, are triple het. I know they're triple het because I made the triple het, so I know it's coming, right? So I figure if you're honest with people and you show people, and you know, I'm not afraid to share my opinion. Also, you know,
Later, Paul.
I'm allowed to have my opinion. I'm allowed to say what I say and what I do. I have a channel called My Channel, My Content.
What up,
exactly
Betty?
what it is. My fucking channel, my content. You don't like it, change the fucking thing. But I'm allowed to have an opinion. I'm allowed to like shit. I'm allowed not to like shit. That's perfect. Not to like shit. That worked out perfect, right? But I'm allowed. And you know what? You're allowed to have your own opinion and stuff, and we can all fucking be cool with each other. I don't give a shit about your religion or your sexual preference or anything else. I really don't care. You know what? Right. I'm here to talk about snakes and do this. And why does everything matter? Oh, you know, you're this type of person. Oh, you vote for them. Oh, I can't talk to you. What? It's just stupid.
What the fuck does any of that have to do with anything with ball pythons? Get the
exactly.
Fuck
you know? And I mean, to me, I mentor a lot of people, and a lot of people have a lot of sunset and a lot of puzzle, which I don't have, and I don't really like. And the reason why I don't like it is because I don't think it's really going to add value, because that's why I buy genes, is to add value to what I like and what I'm working with to make it better in my vision. You know what I mean? I like ultramelon stuff because I like those soft whites and the pinks and the yellows and the oranges and the lavenders, where Monarch will be a lot deeper and a darker tone. I prefer this. There's nothing wrong with either. That's my preference.
Just
and same with someone else.
You don't like a turd. Just say it. You don't like a turd. Is that what it is?
No, I mean, there's going to be some ultramel. I mean, and that are amazing, and there's going to be some Monarch that's fucking amazing. And yep. You know, the best way I know, and I know that's going to be realistic, is because freeway and highway. There's some highway shit. I'm like, wow, look at that thing. What is that? Fuck. Even with all the palettes and all the genes that I have in my freeway stuff, I can't, or it would be so stupid to put 3 or 4 genes to make it like one of these freeways that I can't reach that color palette because it's 2 different contrasts. Yep. You know, so there's no way you can breed ultramel and ultramel and Monarch into every single gene and have something that looks remotely close, you know? So if you wanted to brighten it up, you know, to the Monarch, you wanted to brighten it up, you'd have to add like fire or something else to it to bring the tone down, to wash it out. But why the fuck would you do that? They love Monarch for that deepness. So if you want to have it toned down, buy fucking ultramel. And that's one of the reasons why I stick with ultramel, because I don't want to get into Monarch because, Monarch's expensive and it's great. I got to get into it. But then I want to see it the colors that I want, and I got to start adding shit to bring it down to look like Ultramil. That makes no sense. That's why I'm with Ultramil, because that's what is attracted to me. But there's going to be some shit that I'm like, damn, look at that snake. Fuck, I got to get me some Monarch or Sunset. And I'm not a real big fan of puzzle because I have Cryptic and it's so very similar. So I picked voice back in the day. And when I was trying to get into puzzle, and this is another reason why I know myself and a few other people don't get into some projects, because 4 or 5 years ago, when I was looking to get into puzzle, you could only get puzzle or pastel puzzle. That was it. And then 2 years later, it's like, hey, here's a banana puzzle. Well, fuck, that went as fast as it was posted. Like, fuck, but I got some pastel puzzles for you. Well, fuck, I don't want pastel puzzles. So I don't want to get into a gene I want to get into a gene that I can directly put right into my projects. So if I could get a yellow belly puzzle, a puzzle hat clown, puzzle hat pied, anything like that. Now I take it. Now puzzles make right directly into all the projects that I'm already in and I love. I don't want to start from the bottom and get this, put it into this, raise it up, put it back, hope I hit. Like, I have no time for that stuff. So, I definitely will get into Sunset, and I'll definitely get into, Monarch and things like that in certain projects where I take it. But when I do, it's going to be a banger. Like, it's going to be like, well, I'm going to take this. It goes right into my projects. And, I'm making some crazy stuff, 100% hit Monarch. So, I just got to find the right timing, the right project, and the right available animal at the time I'm ready and in need.
Let me ask you this. Which direction are you going with that furrow you got over there? Because I know you got some furrow. I got some furrow. I like furrow. So I
got furrow and Nyala furrow. Stuff.
Okay, you did get some Nyala furrows. Oh,
yeah. So, I just hit like Enshi, Nyala, clowns. Might even be yellow belly. I only got, I think, two Nyalas out of a clutch of 5. First time I bred them. I got some more stuff coming, but it's het clown. Austin got, I believe, a fighter yellow belly Nyala clown. Or a yellow belly Nyala clown male, and he's breeding that. So, we first saw it and really liked it in the clown, so we ended up getting it. I'm going to be putting it into a few other things and seeing where it goes, but, it's something that I like. It's not something I'm heavy in, I don't go heavy into something unless I really see potential in fucking everything. I haven't seen, a whole bunch of Nyala combos for me to go, holy shit, this is the next gene. I love it. I need to get it in everything. So I'm just working with it in a certain segment. And then when I start seeing, and that's why, if you look and stuff like, MC Team's pick of the week, if you look at people that share people, on Instagram and stuff that we try to promote, when you see some people's shit, it's like, man, I need to get that. Like, look at this. Holy shit. I could have done that, but what was I thinking? Why didn't I do that? Well, go to the drawing board, and I need to put this to this and to this because that looks fucking amazing. So, you look to see what other people do, and it gives you an idea of what the potential is of it in those genetics and with those animals. And, you make a decision if you want to do it or add your own little flair, but there's some stuff that people are making right now. I'm just like, what the fuck? How do I not have any of this shit? This is sick. And I get inspired, from so many different people. And
that's how a lot of us feel about your stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I try to put a lot of thought into it, but I don't breed to make you guys excited. I breed to make myself excited. And I do think I got some pretty good fucking taste that when I make something, it's like, wow, look how crazy this is. A good portion of the world that in our industry is going to go, holy fuck, Billy, that is pretty sick. But I don't do this to make you guys happy. Like, I'm not doing this for you guys. I'm doing it for me. And you guys really got to understand that. Like, stop chasing us. Stop fucking trying, take something. And I said this the other night on my live or on my Patreon live. If you have Sunset, you're already beating mutation creation. If you have puzzle, you're already beating mutation creation because all these people have this attitude. Oh, I can't get in. I can never catch Justin. I can never catch Ozzy or Garrick the Meyer or Miguel or Billy or, I can name 1,000 people, Well, you know what? You can beat us if you're not copying us. Do something fucking different.
Yeah,
my main thing I try to preach to everybody.
100%.
Look, Justin wants to go this way. I want to go fucking this way.
Go your own way.
Yeah,
like,
you know what?
I
But I mean, there's a lot of stuff that he'll do and show you, and you can sit there and go, wow, I like what he did there. Now imagine me adding this. But if you're just sitting there waiting for someone else to show you what the fuck to make and you start doing it, like you're already losing.
Yep.
You're going to be behind always. You're never going to get anywhere.
Right.
Hey, Stan, man, shut up, man. I can't get a word in.
You're going, brother. You're getting it.
Yeah, I get hyped up, man. I apologize too, man.
No, you're all right, bro. You do you, man. You're good.
We talk all the time on this show. We only got you here this week, so
Justin knows.
talk away.
I'm
you
going
get me on a
with the
drunk night
Rainbow
on here. I don't
Project.
shut the fuck up either. So you can talk to me.
No, one thing I love about this.
I'm going with the Rainbow Project, and as everybody sees, there's not a lot of people really working Rainbow, and you know what? And I'm gonna wind up putting Rainbow to whatever I like. You know what I mean? And if somebody's already got it, so be it. But I've already looked at some stuff with Rainbow that nobody's even got combos of that I've seen searching Morph Market and World of Balls. So I'm gonna go with it, you know, and I like the Rainbow. I like the color palettes that come off of it. I know it's a T positive, so it's kind of in the albino complex, but it's definitely holds a whole different contrast in the albino, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, I've been working with, on a small scale. I'm going to start probably stepping it up a bit. I've been working with Rainbow. I got an Enchi Rainbow Hypo in 2018, and I've been breeding that. So I got a lot of females. I got some triple. Austin got some quad hets. It is awesome. Hypo Rainbow works great. I want to see it in Pied and Clown, and Hypo Rainbow Pied Clown would be fucking phenomenal. Adding stuff like Enchi and other stuff down the road, Yellow Belly Asphalt. I mean, but that's the thing. Even with such a diverse and large collection as I have and others have, you can't fucking make everything. Like, should I take this and do this or that? Like, you always have to make a choice, and not every choice is going to be the right choice, but most of the time you got to make a choice. So if you have a plan and sort of understand where it's going and what you can do, it's better for you to make that choice on a decision based on the facts that you can see. Like one thing I do is like, okay, well, if I do this, how many's up on Morph Market right now? Oh, fuck, 6,000? Well, fuck, I ain't putting it to that no matter how much I like it. Because if I like it that much, I'll buy one of these motherfuckers for half price. I'm not going to waste my time making it. I want to
I know there's obviously there's other breeders out there that are working Rainbow as well, and they just ain't posting what they got. Because, I mean, if you look at Morph Market, from what I look worldwide, I don't even think there's 100 out there.
I looked today and I was like, I was shocked. I was shocked at how, so I just put up like a super Enchi Hypo Rainbow male and a pastel Enchi Rainbow Hypo male. I just put it up because there was none out there. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I put it up, put a nice little high price tag on it, and put it up there. If it goes, it goes. And if it don't, oh well, I got some cool males to breed next year as well once they get bigger. But that's the thing, right? You never know. And sometimes you go and you put something on Morph Market, and if you're not consistently looking back at it, because I pulled all my animals down and I'm now putting them back up, because I've had animals there up for maybe like 6, 7, 8 months when the market was decent. And I'm looking now and I'm like, holy fuck, no wonder why no one's inquiring about some of my animals, because they're 3 times the price of everyone else's. What the fuck? It's time to revamp the pricing. So, you got to stay on top of all this stuff. But I'm surprised after all this that there's not as much Rainbow out there. And, I agree with you. I love the color palette.
Celtic Reptiles asked a while ago if you was working black lace, any black lace.
Myself, no.
I'm just trying to ask what people want. And sorry, Stan, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, I just, so I don't know if you know, Billy, but me and Justin work together. Me, Justin, and little Alex down there hiding in the corner.
Awesome.
So we work together. So it's kind of, It's going to help us both because I have stuff in my collection that they don't have, and they have stuff in their collection that I don't have. So we're good. We're obviously going to work together, and I'm not that person. It's like, I want that one. Like, you know what? They're family to me. So we do our thing. It's good. It's straight down the middle with us. There's no.
No, I think that's good.
That's one of those. That's one of those things. I'm kind of like, when people want to do pairing projects, you really got to know who you're pairing with, and
100%
really know that person and trust them to be shipping your male or female off to somebody else.
Yep.
And then hope in the end and pray in the end that you two ain't at each other because you want that one, but he wants that one, or vice versa. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think diversifying.
We're like total opposite, man.
Yeah, I think what you're doing is actually great. I mean, it's funny because I would say 2 years ago, Justin started working with Rice Reptiles, and recently Chimera, Andre and them, combined and made Chimera, which I love the name Chimera. It's fucking, it's like, damn, like that's just sweet. It's just awesome. And it's funny because even before those guys did that, I've teamed up with people in the U.S. and I've got I've been working with people in the U.S. pretty heavily, and when Justin came out a few years back, they're like, holy shit, should we fucking come out and say that, I'm like, why? You're doing all the work, right? You're doing the breeding. I'm not, if you want some mentorship from me, hey, here you go. But, I'm not investing in I've got the snakes. I've got everything. I'm investing in the person, because one thing about this industry is what holds a person back. I don't give a fuck how much passion, how much, knowledge you have. If you don't got the funds and the snakes with the genetics, you're still at bay. So, you need that. And then everything else to make it rocket ship. And, I have the funds, I have the snakes. And instead of me keep growing and growing like this and a 7,000 square foot facility with 6 more staff, I don't want that shit. I'd rather sit there and work with people. And here's some animals. And guess what? Here you go. You do what you want. If you need some mentorship, I'm here. But I trust you because I know where you are and what you've done. I know you know what you're doing. So I believe in you. And giving them, that little boost, they're skyrocketing. And it's great for me because I love to help people. And I can sit there and hoard it all and fucking have so much stress and watch everybody else. Oh, I'm fucking better than everyone else. I fucking do this because I love it. And you know what? I get more satisfaction helping people and showing them. And I hate seeing someone, it bugs me, but I get it, right? Some people will come in with money and just throw money at this and fucking a year later gone. And then there's people here that fucking are fucking doing whatever they can, love their snakes, have passion to eternity. And because they don't have the money, they're always at the bottom. And they should be at the top. It's like, it fucking bugs me. So, that's one reason why I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to keep growing and getting more racks. I'm good where I'm at. But if I have some shit, you know what I can do? I can put that into people's collection where I know that it's going to help them. And it's also going to help me because I get a lot of, cost and space and time back for myself. And I get satisfaction monetarily and helping somebody and seeing them go to another level where it might take them 3 or 4 years to get to the level than me in a year, because they've got that. Because if you all had fucking DG clown hypo, males and females, we'd all be breeding this shit and we're doing well. But guess what? That's a dream snake to most people. Holy fuck. But if I gave everybody one, holy shit, you'd be looking like from here, next year, you're up to here. And if you do things right, years down the road, you're just going to blow up. But if you don't have that fucking snake or the money to buy the snake or the genetics, you're just going to sit there and work with whatever you can make and add. Unfortunately, if you just have money and no passion or knowledge or experience, you've seen people come like that and go. It's the people with the passion and the knowledge and the it sucks that they got to take the stairs where guys are just fucking going up in elevators. But guess what? The guys in the elevator, they get bored of it. You know, when you're fucking hustling into and you're climbing upstairs and you're moving ahead and you're loving this and shit, man, you'll take forever to go to the top, you know? But if I can help boost them, man, it's so exciting to see someone go, holy fuck, I can't believe where I'm at, because every year blows me away, you know, with myself. And if I can help people do that, it's amazing.
No millionaire makes it by themselves. And that's where like a lot of people don't understand. Like, even if like you become a millionaire overnight, you gotta stay humble. And if you don't stay humble, you could lose that shit in an instant, you know? And that's how I feel about it. Like, and that's how I feel about with this industry. Like, I'm gonna take everybody with me. Everybody that I know that's right there with me, you're coming right there. I'm not holding anything back. If you want to borrow one of my sunsets, bro, come on, you're gonna borrow one of it, put it in your shit. I don't give a fuck. You know, that's just how I am with this situation. I own my own company, and I didn't make my own company or my success by myself. I had people right there with me with my company helping.
You're only as good as the people that you're surrounded by.
You're right, exactly. So that's kind of how it is. I mean, like, that's just how I think about it with everything, you know.
I like how you guys are doing this, and I think, you know, I mean, you got to be careful how and who you do it with. But you know what? The reason is something happens to you where you're sick, you want to go away, you got support that's not going to fuck your shit up because they're invested in it. Vice versa. You've got, you know, people that are on your side to help grow, that, you know, have skin in the game. You got more ideas to bounce off. You fuck up, they can catch it. Vice versa. You know, you have somebody to fucking, holy shit, look what we did. Like back in the day when I hit something, I used to go and high five my rack, because nobody fucking was around. You go, hey, I'm so excited, fucking jumping around like an idiot. At the time, my girlfriend or my wife would come down and go, oh my God, what's wrong? What happened? What happened? Oh, nothing. I hit this. Oh, snake.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have camera phones back then. No camera phones back then to capture those.
No, man.
Those pictures.
I would literally go, oh my God. I'd fucking go and high five my ARS rack like a fucking idiot, you know? But I mean, that's what I had. So at least now you guys can celebrate together, and you know, you've got, you know, double the knowledge, double the thing, you know, more income to put in and be more. It's great. And, you know, I've been doing that with like, you know, Austin for years. I mean, we did 40 or 50 breeding loans together this year, you know, Nasty Morphs, you know, I think we did. Last year we did 11, and this year we did 30 something. But, you know, I can probably, you know, we've already talked about it within the next year or so. Mutation Creation, Royal Highness Pythons, and Nasty Morphs. I don't know if we're going to keep Mutation Creation or we're going to make a whole new company. All three of us are merging our collections together and be one big ass fucking powerhouse. But I've also got a facility going on up in Belgium. I've got, you know, 2 or 3 in the US already. That, you know, so, you know, I'm planning my routes, and, you know, I enjoy working with other people because, you know, money's great. Don't get me wrong. But if you can't enjoy, you know, your success or your money with other people, I don't see it. Like, I'm not a Scrooge, you know. I would rather see people benefit and do stuff, and it's great to know that, you know, if you're making money and you're getting this, if you're not making money and, you know, oh, wow, I'm not making money, I'm losing money, but I got a lot of friends that I make happy. Fuck that shit. You got to be doing both at the same fucking time, right? You know, wow. You know,
like the old saying goes, right, Billy? What's it say? Friends are one thing and business is something totally opposite.
Right.
If you can juggle both and bring them up at the same time, you're a fucking winner. 100%.
Actually, speaking of that, I got my damn permit accepted today. I got sent out to Trevor for the Go for Coco. So
awesome. Good. Yeah.
I should be having some pallets come from you guys here soon. I don't know if I'll make this shipment or the next one, but I'm definitely hitting one of the shipments.
We're still waiting. I mean, I think because we're shipping everybody's at once. I think it was supposed to be on the 8th this week, but I mean, here in Canada, it's probably the US also. Anytime they can have a holiday, the government takes a holiday. It's fucking, you know, the wind blows north day. Oh, let's fucking take a holiday.
He kept telling me, he's like, you should be getting it any day. And then literally like 2 weeks went by, and then finally I got it yesterday. And I was like, well,
yeah. So we got I think 3 or 4 out of the 6. So we're just waiting for 2 more, and then everybody's shipment. So we'll let you know ahead of time, because unfortunately it's like having CITES. I want to ship out April the 15th. But if my paperwork doesn't come in, you know, the week before, I can't schedule everything to make it happen. So there's no sense doing that and calling Fish and Wildlife, booking air flights and all this shit until you got the paperwork. Once you got the paperwork, then it's like, wow, now you can make all the calls. And that's what sucks. We're waiting on fucking paperwork, but it should happen soon. And even with the Go for Cocoa, you know, we're getting a lot of, you know, people are using it. It's, you know, it's like, for years, I've been using it and saying how it's so much better. It's so much better. And now that it's in the States, people are doing it and they're like, holy fuck, it is a lot better. They're doing tests on it and it's great. So now we have people wanting to use it for their collection, distributor it, you know, have something else just besides snakes. And you know, I know the last 6 months or so, some people are like, oh, thank God I had to Go for Cocoa. I sold one snake, but I did like $800 in cocoa, you know, paid for my table, my trip, and then some. Which is great.
Good cocoa. We don't have. I mean, we have a couple options here. I won't go naming names and bashing anybody, but I've tried a few other brands I just didn't like. And this one, you're actually a guy that you mentored, stays on the street for me. Actually taught me a lot with my ASFs. Shout out to Stan. Stan taught me a lot with my ASFs as well. But there's a guy down the street, Blake, with the Blacklist Exotics. You probably still know Blake, but Blake and Carolyn, they helped me out a lot too. And he has some Go for Cocoa down there from you. And I saw it and was seeing how it works. I was like, I want that. You know, like I'm using Repti chip right now, which is okay, but I wanted to Go for Cocoa. And I just want to help out
the two different sizes too, right? Like that's the thing. Like the two different sizes was a big thing for me. I'm like, wow, that makes sense. And then using it, and I've used it now for over 3 years, and I fucking absolutely love it. And you know, it's something where you know, anything that I want to get involved with, Husbandry Pro, anything like that. I don't want to just attach my name to something to make money. I want it to get in there so other people, I mean, we're not getting rich off selling coconut husk.
No, we're not. We're not.
You know, I make money off my snakes and you know, doing what I do. I grind. I have, you know, a few other businesses and, you know, I hustle. I work. But if I can get my name behind a product that is profitable for me, I'm still making money, but it's not like, wow, I can sit back. Maybe in 3 to 5 years, I can sit there, well, now I'm making some money from this because I've got, you know, 400 pallets going out every 6 months. And wow, man, I'm doing well, you know, and my partner's Trevor from Nasty Morphs as well. And, you know, but it's like everything else. We start, we have a great product, we put it out, we use it. I love using it. So I'll always be a user no matter what. And I put it out there and other people get the benefit because it is, to me, the best out there. It's great for your animals. You get 2 different sizes and you can also sell it to other people and stand behind a great product and make some money to cut your costs down. Win-win for everybody. Same thing with Husbandry Pro. You know, we put that out. Everyone's like, oh, Billy's just doing it to steal people's fucking collections. Like, what the fuck? People are sending that shit to me for free. You're posting it on your Instagram, your pairings and what you just bought. You know, like, wow. And then 3 years later, look what we've done with it. It's fucking incredible. Wait till you see what's coming. You know, I get into something and I take it to the next level and I get involved with people. You know, without Robert and the team, you know, you guys sent a ticket in or message somebody, they're on top of shit, man. Like, you know, I don't get involved and do things half-assed. And
I did actually, Blake, I was over there like 2 days ago. He did bring up value question, which I didn't ask Trevor yet at all. But in the pallets, can we get the different size bags in the pallet? Or do we all stuck? Because like, you know how you have how many it comes on a pallet, etc. I'm not going to go over numbers.
Yeah, you can do like, so say you want 160. You can get 80 and 80, 20 and one. You can whatever you want. So some people, so I know some. I mean, even here, I think my it's weird because sometimes small is my biggest seller, and then sometimes everybody just wants large. Right. So what'll happen is I'll have like, you know, a skid of everything, and next thing you know, I have half a skid of one and nothing of the other. So then I'll say, oh shit. Give me 1.5 skids of this and half skid. And the next thing you know, I got 2 full skids. And then like, you know, so it's weird. So if you order a skid of each, say, or half a skid, and next thing you know, it's time to reload, you can say, well, shit, I still got 50 bricks. I got to take another. No, you can say, hey, instead of, you know, I've already got 50 large, take that thing and put another extra 50 small. So now you balance out. Yeah. Or you can say, hey, you know what? The small's not selling, but I'll still use it. Give me a full skin of large. Whatever you want, we customize it for you.
See that? You hear that, guys? That's that entrepreneur skills right there. You hear that?
Right on.
You know,
adjust to the people's needs 100%.
For everybody.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I'm also working on a lot of things too to bring other products, you know, especially for the distributors that are already up and running now. But I've got a lot of things in 2024. And that's one of the reasons why the last year, 2 years, 3 years, you know, so basically I have 5 facilities besides my own that I'm partnered with and my own. So, you know,
Nice.
I am probably going to look to do another couple. But my goal is to actually, you know, get more products, push the cocoa, you know, this year too. My partner, Robert, you know, him and Zach and everybody, they were in Pomona, you know, showing off the Husbandry Pro and getting new users that, you know, aren't, you know, more reptile people that aren't just ball python people, because you can use it for everything. So now we're doing like, you know, Chicago for Daytona, you know, Tinley in Chicago, I meant Daytona and all these other ones, and promote it. So now we're going to have more users and build that, and more people that come on with different species. They're going to say, hey, can you make this? Can you make this? And we'll change it. And the app just keeps getting bigger and better. And with some of the stuff that's coming out, I mean, I'm proud to be a part of it. And I love it. I use it without this, man, I'd be lost. Like,
we love
We
it.
got to be promoting that cocoa. We're going to promote that cocoa down here in Florida. Believe that.
Oh yeah, definitely. That cocoa is like, that's like, there's so many people.
I'm excited to use it because I've used just about every brand out there.
Yeah,
and only two that I've kind of liked is Reptichip, which is I started using that with Justin, and which another one I used back in the beginning was Vita-Grow. Not a lot of people know about it. So that's a company that makes cocoa for like growers.
Yeah.
But they have an organic, non-GMO, no pest on it cocoa block that I used to use in the beginning. And that stuff, to be honest, was probably one of the best that I've used next
See you,
to
Darlene.
and I've tried quite a few of them. I've even tried the old, go get the cypress mulch. It's only $3 a bag at Lowe's. And
yeah,
it does it work? Sure, it does. If you don't have a ton of money and you're just getting into it, sure. I mean, it'll work for you. My biggest problem is seemed like it just never dried out. It stayed soft and wet, you know. So that was one of the big, and again, what Justin's saying, you definitely got to watch pests with that, you know, because they're not cooking it. They're not trying to kill anything on it. At least when you get something that's from a grow shop like the Vita-Grow, you know, they've already cooked it and tested it and make sure there's no pests on it because of what you're using it for.
Yeah, we've got a lot
I'm really excited to use yours to see what.
Yeah, coming in 2024.
I watched all your videos.
We got a lot of big breeders switching over.
Yeah.
You know, and once they do, you're going to be like, wow, they're not selling it. You know, they're just going to be using it because we've sent them samples and they're like, holy fuck, this is the real deal. I'm like, yeah. How much for 10 skids? How much for 4 skids? How much for 2 skids?
Wow.
And that's not even for resale. That's just because they're going to have to sign a contract that they can't resell it. You know, they're going to be a brand ambassador. You know, certain people say, hey, I use it in all my stuff. A lot of other people will jump on it. And you know,
that's
like
the reason why we're using it. We're not trying to, like me and Sam talk, we're not trying to get rich off it. Yeah, we're going to sell a few local breeders that we know would want some better stuff, but it's more to supply ourselves and to help ourselves.
100%. That's my mentality. When I said, you know what, I have to order a skid. Fuck, I got 10 skids of this. Let me bring it in. I got 5 skids of each. So either if nobody likes this shit, I've got cocoa for 5 years.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it, right? Like, it was a big fucking expense, but I'm like, hey man, if this stuff doesn't sell, shit, I'm stocked for the next 5 years. But I had a gut feeling. I tried it. I liked it. And, you know, 3 years later, I still love it. And I went through skids of all the other majors, skids. And, you know, I've used it and I've touched it and I've felt it and I've sprayed it and I've taken females off of eggs and, you know, I've picked up shit and shed and watered it and I've had it for years. And then I went to another company for over a year And, this shit, the fucking first 5 months I used it, I'm like, I'm never going back. And now I'm over 3 years deep and I'm never going back. And, it's a superior quality product. And that's how it is. And, I'm happy.
Yep. I would
right on.
I'm
Quality
excited.
product is what you got to have. That's for sure.
Especially for the
Luckily,
animals, right?
Luckily to Stan too, he was like, you know what? My warehouse has a forklift too. I was like, oh, we're even getting even more.
Well, you know what blows my mind away? Like, and I get it, money's money, but you have a person that has like 2 or 3 snakes, and you sell them a block. Now that our block might be $5 more than the next crappier block, like the no-name block. It's $5 or $8 more. Well, you have a block which is going to last you 4 months. It's not like you're a breeder like me that, is going through like, 40 a week. Well, 40 a week at fucking $5. Holy shit. That's $800 a week that I'm just throwing away. Oh, let me get the cheaper shit. No, you have a block for like $4, $5, $8, whatever it is. That's going to last you 4. You don't want to spend an extra $1 or $2 for the best product for your fucking snakes. What the fuck's wrong with you? I don't fucking get you cheap fucking people. I don't get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? The more I make, the more I'm like, how do I spend it to make my snakes better? I spent fucking $5,500 putting air units on each of my rooms, so everybody has their own air their own air that's on different thermostats, different. I didn't need to do it. I've never done that in my life. Guess what? Fuck it. Air quality, I can do. Yeah, how much is it going to cost? Oh, well, do you want the stuff that's just going to exhaust out, or do you want to have it where we can get insulated ductwork so you don't hear the fan of the noise? Because, you're going to have 700 CFM or 1100 CFM. And if we don't put this specialty, insulated ductwork, you're going to hear the humming or the fan. And no, let me do that. Like, now you can come in and it's like, you don't even know I have to
hear shit.
Put something there to make sure the fan's on. It's so quiet. But
yeah.
you spend no expense because I want what's best for my animals.
You're talking about split units, Billy? Is that what you wind up getting, split units?
They're individuals. So they've got their own air intake, and then
fresh air intake.
Each one's on its own. It's not like before I had a room with one furnace. Like I've got 2 furnaces in my place. I've got every room has its own exhaust system and intake. So when I designed this, I went nuts. I'm like, oh, let me do this. What do I want in a facility? I don't want to have a second floor because fuck that. Running everything up and down sucks. Every time I had to, have a delivery, I needed a tailgate. And the guy pumps the truck and brings it down. And now it's just they back up right into the compound. It's so simple. I want drains in the floor. I want 2 different units because at the old facility, we're running like 82, 83 ambient. We're talking in it. We're eating in it. We're working in it. It's like, motherfuck. Wouldn't it be nice just to go sit down and be in a nice, different, comfortable.
Did you say 82?
82, 83 is what I used to do ambient at my old place. Now I'm at 78, 79, 80. Because
I would say 82 is kind of really comfortable, man. No sweating involved with 82.
Well, but don't forget, if your humidity's up 50, 60%, that 82 is fucking hot.
No, come on, man. We live in Florida.
He's in Canada, not Florida.
You're talking to the Floridians down there.
Fucking Canadian,
man.
Boy, so fuck.
That's that Canadian talks, then.
I come down to fucking as soon as I get off the airplane, I'm like, holy fuck, man, I can't breathe. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to be in Schitt's Creek when I go to fucking Arizona and shit. I hear, I'm like, holy fuck. That stuff's going to smack you around.
He's got one of those neck fans on with a little mister on. Like,
yeah.
I'm tired. Like, bro, you just got off the plane. The humidity's 90%. You'll be all right. We're going to the swamp on a boat ride later.
Well, it's funny because, I used to live in Florida for 3-4 months a year when I was a kid. From like 16, 17, 18, 19, up until almost my 20 for 4 or 5 years. My dad married a woman and relocated, and he lived down in like near Orlando. is it Longwood? Longwood, Florida? I think it's Longwood. You know, it's about half an hour from Orlando and about an hour from Daytona, or an hour and a half from Daytona.
Okay.
And I would go down there for, you know, my entire summers and then some. And then, you know, I took some time off from school and just, you know, stayed down there. But the problem is all my friends is like, Billy, I can't hang out this year. Why? I gotta go to fucking university or college. I'm like, fuck. So I end up coming back a year later and, you know, finished up my grade 12 and then went to university for a year, and then I dropped it all off, and 19 years old, opened up my first business. And I never worked for somebody, you know, since I've been 19 years old. I'm turning 54 this year. So
way to do it.
I've always been a hustler, grinder, you know, so it's pretty cool.
Yep. It's in your blood.
Yeah. And, you know, I know how I failed so many times and made so many mistakes. And, you know, now knowing, you know, you can sort of like, well, if I do this, it's probably going to end up like, you can sort of see like, yeah, nah, I don't think so. Because, you know, you can sort of see where the path's, you know, where it's going to end. So, you know, now I try to be more, you know, I plan things a little better. And now I have amazing people in my corner that I can throw ideas off. What do you think of this? What about this? And even in some of the stuff, like my business partner, Trevor from Nasty Morphs, you know, we talked a few years ago about commercial real estate. And I'm like, yeah, I want to get into it. And he's like, well, you know what? You know, if you're ever looking for stuff, let me know and I'll guide you through it. And he called me up, you know, about a year and a half ago saying, hey, you really interested in these commercial buildings? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, well, we have one that I'm in, you know, if you want to be in, you know, you can, you know, buy up to half. And, you know, we'll come in and, you know, this is how you set up your holding company and everything else. And, you know, I'm like, sure, let's do it. Like we did a lot of other things together and everything was seamless. So I'm like, well, you know what, this is your forte. This is, you know, I help you guys and mentor you guys with the snakes. And, you know, if I'm going to get into something, why try it myself when here's a guy that knows the ins and outs of it? Why don't I have him sort of walk me through it? Like he's mentoring me and I'm mentoring him in something that I'm good at. He's mentoring me something that he's great at.
It's up there.
And holy fuck, man. I mean, I wish I met him earlier. So now we're looking at our second building and, you know, we're going to move Mutation Creation there, or at least, you know, my collection and everybody else's amalgamate and merge. So it's going to be, you know, a lot stronger. And, you know, I've got other people I can bounce ideas. We got more capital together. We've got more power and being so genetically diverse. And, you know, we can lean on each other and do things. And especially knowing that I want to start traveling more, I need people that is invested not only as an employee, but as an owner as well. You know, because that just, you know, yeah, I won't make as much, but guess what? I'm making a piece here and here and here and here and here. I got money coming in from all these companies and you know, but I'm giving up, you know, money for time. And that's something I've never really valued as much, you know, because it's taken a lot of my time and sacrifice. And, you know, I never went out on the weekends with my buddies hanging out because I was working my ass off or figuring out what I'm going to do for tomorrow or how to make more money or how to, you know, that's all I've done. I've grinded and I still do. And it's in me. I love it. You know, you don't hit this status and sit back and, you know, fuck no, you know, and plus I can't, I mean, I'm always in. If I'm not on your live, I'm on my live, I'm on a phone, I'm doing something. Like I live and breathe this shit and I love it.
Right.
But I do want to start standing back and starting to do other things. And like I said, travel more to, you know, the facilities in the US, go to more shows, go to Europe, do shows in Europe, and still not make as much, but you know, I probably still make the same amount, except I'm getting it from a bunch of different, you know, places instead of just from MC. So
make it a little bit more lax for you and more easier to you to do other things, you know. So speaking of that,
well, you've earned it at this
if you're going to travel more, you come to Daytona next year or what then?
Yeah. So right now, so what happens is just before I opened up my first business when I was 19, I did something stupid.
What's up, Hookem?
And what happens? Hey, Hookem Royals, what's going on? I did something silly when I was 19 years old, 1989. Okay. So in 1989, I, had this charge and, it was there. And, I would go into the States. I've been to the States probably 50 fucking times. I've been to Justin's place. I've been to, I used to fucking play poker semi-professionally pretty much. And I was in Vegas all the time. And I was in Florida. I was pretty much in the States all the time, at least 2-3 times a year. And I went to Chicago in October 2019. Get on the plane, land in Chicago. I got all my gear. I got all my shirt off. Well, not my shirt off, my thing off. So I got my tattoos all showing. So go to this lady and it's like, hi, your passport, here you go. How long you here? 4 days. Where you going? Reptile Expo. A what? A reptile expo. What's that? Oh, it's blah, 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 this and that. And so what do you do for a living? Oh, I breed snakes. You what? You breed snakes. So the more questions she asked, the longer she was looking. She went back 30 fucking some odd years to this charge that I had when I was 9 fucking years old. And she's like, oh, here you go. And I walk in. I'm like, hi, how you doing? Oh, can you go over here, please? Oh, okay. So I go over and it's like, yeah, you're not allowed into the United States. I'm like, what? Why not? And it's like, oh, because, of this charge. Like, that was in fucking 1989, dude. That was 30 some odd years ago. And it's like, yeah. And I'm like, do you know how many times? Oh, yeah, you were here last, 4 months ago. You were here fucking 3 times in 2018. Yeah, I see it all. I'm like, well, what the fuck? How come I was allowed in those times? I said, I've been in your country 50 times since that charge. Nobody flagged you. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Because she found something, because she didn't like my look or what I did. She found something to fucking block me. So here's the kicker. So I'm like, oh, okay. So, how long is it going to take? Well, you're going to have to go back on the next flight. I'm like, oh, okay. So, can I go? Nope, you have to stay here. I'm like, well, I can't go fucking get any food. No, we'll bring you food. I'm like, what? And it's like, yeah, you can't leave here or anything. It was so bad. Like I was a total criminal. They said, we're going to escort you now to the plane. Because, 4 hours later, there was a plane going back to fucking from O'Hare to Toronto. And it's like, here it is, blah, blah, blah. And, we're going to escort you on the plane. You're going to have to get your passport from the pilot when you land. Like, what am I going to do? Have my passport and somewhere on the flight home, fucking off the plane with my passport so I can stay
fucking assholes.
Yeah. So Jesus. I'm like, wow. And then, of course, when I'm walking there, I've got a fucking 2 cops behind me, I guess I'm pretty sure they were police officers, but they were gunned. I guess, I think they're police officers or customs officers, but they were fully uniformed gun walking me. So I'm so embarrassed getting on this plane where they walk me right to my fucking seat.
Oh, hell no.
Like, I'm like, wow. So, yeah, and I'm at the back of the plane, right? So even, I felt so embarrassed because everyone that used the bathroom that had to come by me just gave me this look or looked the other way. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like they didn't handcuff me or anything, thank God. But I was just like, what the fuck? And then at the very end, last one off the plane, and the fucking captain's here's like, here you go, sir. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, that was my 2019 October, fun time going there. And of course, I don't get reimbursed for the hotel. I don't get reimbursed for the car rental. I don't get reimbursed for my plane ticket there and back. Nothing. Like, fuck you, Billy, $2.5K, and fuck you. And now I got to get this waiver, which I'll get no problem. But I just got to go and get my fingerprints done and get all this paperwork. And I just haven't had time, but I got to do it. So I'm going to start doing that in the next couple of weeks. And it's probably going to take 3 or 4 months for me to get this paperwork just so that I can go in. Like, it's so dumb.
That's
Just
crazy.
so you don't feel like you're on an episode of To Catch a Smuggler. It's basically what it is.
Her friends from Canada actually has a cabin house in Canada. They go like all the time, and he was telling me what was it like if you got like some type of charge, he let you into Canada, and it was like the minimalist of charge. And he's like, if you have this, they won't let you into Canada at all.
If you have a DUI, if you have a drug charge or even a DUI, you can't get into our country.
I had a simple assault, and they wouldn't let me in for a simple assault. I got deported for like a fight that I was in when I was 21 years old.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, wow, talking about your past bite you in the ass, but hey, it is what it is. Not, but it's funny because I travel the world, man. I've been all over the world, but I just can't go to the US now. I just came back in when was it? August. I was 2.5 weeks in the French Riviera. I'm in Cannes. I'm on fucking yachts. I mean, like, this is fucking awesome. Then I fly back and I fly to Calgary. Last month, or not last month, but November, I was in the Netherlands. I went to Paris. I went to Belgium. Wow, I can go anywhere in the world but the United States.
You can go to the
We stink anyway. Fuck it.
You come to Daytona this year, we'll have to get you over to the Airbnb and do a live over there.
Hell yeah. Like, I'm definitely coming. I just got to get this paperwork because now that I'm not allowed in and I'm flagged, if I go in, I had to sign a paper knowing that I'm not allowed in. So if I go in, now I'm arrested and I'll never get in. So I got to do things right. So
yeah. You want to be able to make it. You want to be able to make it back home. You don't want to be stuck here.
Oh yeah. I mean, like my whole plans in the future is, I'm looking for, properties. I love, real estate. So I'm looking for some properties in the US to purchase. And, I want to travel, stay here for a month, stay there for a month. I'll have a place in Europe. I'll have a place in Costa Rica. And, I'll just do live streams from wherever I'm at and, fly in and everywhere, that I have a facility or that I'm involved in the facility, I can write off my flight, my travels, everything I do there because it's business. So I got good mentors, I'm going to try to, do what I can and have everything written off.
Well, you got it, bro. You got it. You put a lot of people in the community and you've helped out a lot of people. So I know,
I tried.
I know you know that and you're still doing it. And there needs to be a lot more people like yourself in the community to push others along because it's needed, even for the smaller guys just getting in.
100%. Yeah, and that's the thing is
needed to keep their courage up and keep them pushing along, and not.
And I mean, it takes nothing. Like, I mean, me and Ken, we've been going back for like 4 or 5 months. It's like, fucking wrong time. But hey, I'm here. When I do have time, I'll go on. Like, I live and breathe this shit. So if I'm sitting here, I have nothing to do and I'm bored, I'm like, oh, what do I do? I mean, I'm going to go on Instagram and find a live to go on like, hey, and I'll be in the chats. And if I have time, because I need to be involved or listen or see what's going on. I enjoy it. So I try as much as I can to be involved. And, it doesn't really, when I'm excited to be, and talk about snakes, as you can tell, I can go and go and go. I mean, I don't have to have a cue card to go, I'm freezing on the spot. I can just fucking yap. I got verbal diarrhea. I can go forever. I got a lot of experience. I know what I'm saying. I'll tell you how I feel and what I think and what I believe. And, you don't have to agree with me, but we can still all fucking chat and get along and have fun. But myself, I think that moving forward, I still want to do everything and give my time and help people because I enjoy it. I really do. And when I put a shirt on or I do a male video, and it really sucks because my MC team's pick of the week, Hurricane Billy and Kelly. So, MC pick of the week, Male Mondays. I'm out there fucking showcasing and promoting other people. And it's my worst fucking videos. But I'll do an egg cutting or this. And it's like, wow, I get like 10 times the fucking like. It's like, wow, everyone is afraid or doesn't want, like, you don't have fucking 3-4 minutes to watch somebody and just support. Like, wow, like you got so many better things to do. Or put a shirt on and say, hey, everybody, huge shout out, slacking on the back. it takes me a minute or two.
Yeah. I got one of those right here. Slacking on the back. KG. What's going on? What's going on, KG?
But yeah, I mean,
you're the reason why, like, now when I scroll through Instagram, anything I scroll, like you said it one day on one of the lives, like anything I scroll past, I like it. And now, like, and I was a person before where I'd scroll through a few things and not like it, but now there is not a damn thing that I'm not fucking liking. You know,
I do the same when I have time. Like I was on there today, and I'm like, cool, share, you know, or send it to this person. Like, holy fuck, look at this, hey, you know. Or if I see something I like, we'll save, and that's what we do, you know. Myself, Austin, and a Lion will go, and we have a group called Pick of the Week. And sometimes I'll go bling, bling, bling. I'm like, holy fuck, a Lion. Like, they're all great. Like, pick one, because whatever one you don't pick, I want to pick one of those fuckers. But I'll be looking through. Like, if I go through tonight and I look, you know, we've already filmed for tomorrow. So when I look, if I look tonight and like, wow, that's sick, I'm going to save it. So, you know, on Wednesday when we usually shoot, now it's Tuesdays, you know, we shoot. So, you know, he has time to get it all done for the Wednesday. So, you know, Austin will say, hey, man, fuck, you got like 4 fucking picks. Pick one, man. Like, okay. Like, I'll go in there, you know, and then sometimes it's like, you're the only one that doesn't have one. I'm like, what? Like, fuck, now I'm scrambling 20 minutes before the thing, trying to find one. Like, fuck, where are all the cool snakes, motherfuckers? Like, why didn't I, you know what I mean? Like, why didn't I put some of them in like I was doing it? But you really want to do that, you know? I mean, it helps, you know, liking, you know, helping other people. And it's funny because I get so many people and I save them all. I save every message, everything I have, every comment that I like, I'll screenshot, you know, and I have people like, oh my God, you know, you made my day. I mean, I can't believe you're following me. Thank you so much. And I mean, it's crazy because I'm just a fucking crazy guy that loves snakes, that have been doing this, and I've had my ass handed to me, and I learned, and I didn't take no for an answer, and I fucking found the way. And you know, now I have new challenges and problems I'm dealing with right now, you know. So now it's like, fuck, I'm always trying to be better as a keeper, as a businessman, as a person, and everything else. And it's just nuts when I go on someone's live, or I go on you know, I send a message, or I like it, and people, oh my God, make Billy follow me. Oh my God. It's crazy, but it's amazing that I have that effect on people, you know, or people saying, hey, Billy, because of you, I watched your video, and I never needed it at the time, but because of your video, I was able to save a snake from an entangled umbilical cord. Holy fuck. Like, it's incredible, the power that I have, and I don't even know that I'm doing it. I'm just fucking shoot. You know, you see me, I fuck up. I swear I do. Took the shit, like, you know, het clown, guys. Like, I'm just real, and I do what I do, but to have such an effect on people, it's amazing. And why would I not want to continue to do it? And especially at a bigger level.
You got Austin sitting there like, nah, Billy, that's what this is.
Hey, uncut sometimes is the best way, because uncut is showing everybody your mistakes.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's a lot fucking easier to like, because, you know, oh, I can't say that. Oh, shit, I said the wrong day. Oh, it's Tuesday. It's not Wednesday. Fuck. You know, and it's like, it's too fucking hard to try to follow a script and have everything perfect. Turn the fucking camera on. Let's do this. And I'm great at it. It's easy. It's so easy to be myself instead of, oh, camera's on, I got to act different. I got to say different. Fuck that. Turn it on. This is what you get.
Yep. Turn it on and be yourself.
And I get a lot of people
I said that from the beginning. That's all I'm doing is turning this camera on and being myself. And
yeah. And the funny thing is when people come and meet me, they're like, holy fuck, you're just like on the camera. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not going to change for you. Fucking like, showtime. Okay, let's change. You know, and if anything, you think I'd be this fucking crazy and hyperactive on camera? If anything, I'd be like, camera's on. Hi, this is Billy from Taste Creation. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Ken.
Yeah, well, I think what you should do is like, fuck that. Like, you know what? I mean, my blood rises. You see me. When I get into a rant, I'll give it to you raw.
Yeah, that other way just seemed like Bill, the science guy. You don't want to be him.
Yeah, and you know what? People, I get it. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Then don't follow me. I don't do this shit for you. I do it for me. If you want to follow, great. If not, I'm not holding a gun to your head. You know what I mean? I do it because I do. I give a lot, especially on my Patreon. I give a lot of time to people, and they love it. They're like, wow, you give more to your Patreon and more time than anyone else's. I'm like, great. And I'm trying to give you more. And I want to be there for people. I want them to do well. And I don't sugarcoat anything. You know, I'll look at your collection and go, this is fucking shitty. You need the fucking change. This is how we need to do it. Here's some homework. Okay, you've got 7 recessive projects. You should really only be in 2, but we'll pick 3. So you're going to go and you're going to listen to what we've talked about for the last hour, and you're going to sit there, okay, because you don't have the budget to fix the other ones. So what we're going to do, or what you should do, if you're going to listen, is you're going to get rid of some of these other ones, and you're going to jam all the profit, whatever else that you can come, and you're going to fix these ones to be done properly. And this is you're gonna get this as a pro, this, and this. And you know, but I'm not gonna pick the ones you want. I want you to pick the ones you want. And I'm gonna give you homework. And then we call back. It's like, well, this and that. And okay. And I help get them to design for success. Now, whether they decide to do it or not, it's up to them. But most people that do, within months, are like, holy fuck, I don't have to feed these 40 fucking animals that, you know, I see they're gonna give me nothing. And I have this breeder 1, breeder 2, breeder 3 thing that I did a demonstration on. And I was screaming about it last night. You got to know where you are as a fucking breeder. If you're a breeder 1, I don't give a shit if you have 1,000 clutches a year. You're going to lose money in your shirt and your head, your passion, because you're going to be a slave to these. And, you know, it sucks because there's so many people doing it wrong. And the reason why people are doing it wrong, because they don't fucking know they're doing it wrong. Oh, I got this pastel from this guy, and I got this. I'm going to breed this pastel to a pinstripe and make lemon blast. Why would you take all that time to make it when you can buy them for $40 right now? There's 800 of them online, you know?
Right.
And it's like, wow. I mean, you know, I had somebody else, because I always do this on my Patreon. I'm screaming at my guys, don't fucking do this. It's you know, you're not going to get anywhere doing this. Trust me. You know, look at the cost and everything to do, and you're gonna make, you know, $1,000 clutch, and you're gonna take $300-400 to feed them and house them before you sell the fucking things, if you sell them, because you don't want any of it. And it takes the same amount of work and space and time and cocoa and rats and everything else to feed $1,000 snakes as it is $100 snakes.
Absolutely.
The thing is I guarantee it. And then someone messaged me today. I was freaking out at Matt from Olympus, you know, because he like teaches people to stay at the pet level quality. And you know, I guess it works for him, but I most people want to do this.
People 5 years.
People want to do this and grow and maybe turn it into a small business from their home or extra income. You don't want to sit there and make stuff that you can't sell, that you got to come home every weekend. Hey, can you come out this weekend? No, I got to feed 400 snakes that no one wants, and I got to keep alive that I can't afford, and all my money. I don't have any money because I got to feed these snakes that no one wants. You got to know what the fuck you're doing. So somebody sent me, it's like, hey, Billy, this is what you were talking about last night. He did a video earlier today or yesterday of the pairings he's doing. I'm like, what the fuck? It was like, oh my God, like, I wouldn't even sell those animals. They're wholesale animals, and he's breeding them. I'm like, what the fuck? I just don't understand. I got a banana pied, and I'm breeding that to my pied. I'll sell you banana pieds, males and females, for $150. You're going to breed them? Take that pied and breed it to a combo clown. At least make double.
At least throw some clown in it or something. At least throw some fucking clown in it.
But unfortunately, people are watching this, and they're going to do it and sink all this money into all this stupid shit. And then they're going to meet me and show me their list, and they're going to have 17 males and 30 females, and they're all fucking garbage. And I'm like, you got to get rid of 90% of it. Oh, but what? Yeah, because you did it wrong. Because you were mis-fucking-led. And I fucking hate that they have such a big following, and they're telling people how to do it wrong. Because if you know what the fuck you're doing in this business, you wouldn't even you wouldn't even sell those animals he's breeding to somebody to start out.
All right.
It's fucking crazy.
I try to preach to a lot of people who are like, bro, you're buying high-priced animals of this. I'm like, I'm buying high-priced animals. Do you understand? I'm not also forking out this money all at once. I start payment plans with people. I reach out to them like, look, I put 100%. This down. If I start paying this every month, what can I, So everybody's like, well, Justin, you're buying. I'm like, well, I'm not over here spending. Like, yeah, I am spending a decent amount of good money, but I'm not sitting here dumping a bunch of money at once either. You know, I've started paying plans with guys. I'm building reputation with these guys and friendship with these guys. And now I can hit up a few of them, be like, yo, I want this and this, and they'll go ahead and send me the snake before I even paid anything on it. And I'm like, well, see, what the fuck? You're going to go ahead and send it to me. Like, I know you're good for the money. Just give it to me when you got it. I'm like,
so many
the hell,
people
you know?
think that it's the quantity. Oh, I'm going to have 30 pairings this year.
No,
well, great. 30 pairings is great, but I can have one pairing and do better on one clutch than you can on 30.
Yep.
Like I said last night, I did. I know last year my record was in 2022, 89,000 for one clutch.
Wow.
I know I did about at least 5 clutches over 50K. Oh, at least 5, if not more. But I had a shot of hitting 2 clutches over 100K this year, but I got fucking nailed on the clutches. Some of the eggs went bad and I totally fucking missed. And the eggs that went bad probably had my money animals in it, but it was like, fuck. But, I want to have it where like every clutch of mine, I average 10K minimum, and I'm doing, 200 plus clutches. It's $2 million in animals.
Yep.
Not bad, but I want to get that 200 to 20,000 clutches. At 20,000 a clutch. Now I'm making $4 million in animals doing the same fucking work, just upping the stakes and getting better odds. And that's an average, right? There's some clutches I shit the bed and I make 2K. There's some I get 30,000. Well, fuck, guess what? The average is I'm doing well over 10K a clutch, you know? But, you need the animals in order to do that. You can't breed 2 fucking pastels and make something that's going to be worth $2,000. You're going to make $200 animals at top. And then when you miss, you're making 100 times 6. Well, I got 2 at 200. That's 4. And 4 at 100. That's 4. Ooh, $800. Yeah. Feed those animals and the adults and everything. You're losing fucking money.
Yeah.
That's the way I kind of look at it now. Like when I'm building clutches and I'm putting shit together, like the least I want my snakes to come out in a clutch is $1,000. I'm like, I want to be $1,000 or more for each baby I'm coming out. Of course, it's not going to work that way for every damn one, but that's kind of where you want to go, where mentally wise with your progress. I mean, of course, you're hitting way higher numbers, so you're like, well, fuck that. I want this snake to be, each one to be 2,000 in a clutch or whatever. Either way, you want that higher price. You're saying you're trying to go with a lower number. You're gonna have a hard time getting rid of it, or you're gonna be wholesaling these snakes. And you're wasting more time, more money, everything down the road. I'm just spending on these snakes, So
yeah, I mean, it's not everybody wants to be a big breeder. Not everybody wants to make this a full-time job. Fantastic. Some people just want to be a breeder or just a keeper. Fantastic. My Patreon isn't for you. My Patreon is for people that want to sit there and know where the fuck they are, what they're doing, and I can tell you where. I can look at your collection. I can tell you where you're going to be in 3 years. If you tell me what you can invest every year, what you have, I can sort of give you the guideline, and I'm about 90 fucking % dead on, bang on every fucking time. I can tell people. I have someone on my Patreon that's almost got $1 million in animals. Okay, first year breeding, he's got over $1 million in animals, or just about that. And I've looked at his collection, and I'm like, wow, you got some crazy shit. Your breedings, all wrong, not all wrong, but I sat there and I'm looking at it. I'm like going, wow, 70 to 80% of people who had this collection would actually do almost identical what you did. What you want to do is do what the 20%, like myself, Justin, and Ozzy, and all these other people, Garrett DeMeyer, Miguel, fucking Marshawn Morphs, like, you want to look and do what the 20% are doing, not what the 70, 80% are. And nothing wrong with that, because you know what? This 5-gene clown going to this 6-gene clown, you're going to make some crazy fucking clowns. But if you take that and bring it to the 7-gene fucking dreamsicle, now you're making 3, 4, 5, 6 triple heads. Bro, you can't even buy that shit. And if you make that, put me on the list, because I don't even have that motherfucking shit. You know what I mean? And that's what you need to do. So you can't get somebody, I can't make somebody upset or get upset with somebody, because that's what most people would do. It makes sense. Oh, I got this pied. I'm going to put it to this pied. No, that's why you have 4 or 5 gene het pieds to breed to this pieds, because your visual pieds are going somewhere else that aren't even making fucking pieds. Or if they are making pieds, they're double het something else. You got to know what the fuck you're doing. And I'm telling you, if you know what you're doing and you get a plan and you know what you're doing and you don't have a bunch of, I love when people say, oh yeah, I just got into the clown project. What do you got? I got this clown and I got tooth, a pastel and another animal at 66% head. That's not into the clown. That's not even fuck. You shouldn't even say the word clown, with those animals. I type in clown on Husbandry Pro. I probably have 400 fucking animals that are clown, het clown, or possible het clown. You type in pied. I think I got like 500 pieds that are pied, het pied, and then some of them are clown pied, dreamsicles for and I need more pied and clown shit. I got 400 or 500 of the fucking things with all different types of shit. So, if you're going to work on something, work on a project and work the shit out of it. And then do the same thing with the next one, build it properly. I would rather have 3 or 4 fucking killer, badass, incredible projects than 20. Oh, I got Hurricane. I got this. I got Wookiee. I got Chocolate. I got this. I got that. I got that. Yeah, but, your odds of hitting it, is slim to none. You're not really taking it to another level because you've only got 2 or 3 animals going together. There's no power in it. It's all $400 or $500 fucking animals. You're not really going to change the world of the ball python market with breeding $300-$400 fucking animals, regardless of what Matt says. So,
I can't say we did kind of do that route. Like I am scattered. Like
a lot of people did that.
I had the lower end to high end, and I did do like a lot of like 1-to-3 ratio, or if I could 1-to-4 ratio or whatever. But
you definitely want to do 1-to-3, 1-to-4.
So like that's where I try to do a lot of it. And even sometimes I have some backup males where I'll buy even one. I'm like, all right, well, I could go backup for this thing. Fuck it, I'll keep that in a collection as well, But we did scatter around just because I wanted, if I ever saw a table, I want them low ends, I want those middle ends, and I want those high ends on a table.
That's because you have a plan. You know what you want to do. There's people that don't want to do expos, but they're making $300 snakes. Well, where the fuck are you selling them to?
Yeah, where are you selling?
Where are you selling them to? One thing that we do.
Everybody wants to think they can sell everything on Craigslist. That's their new. That's their new shopping mall.
It's like Craigslist.
And I'm not gonna lie. You can ask Justin. Billy. I could find you shit on Craigslist would probably blow your mind. I can go right now and find a whole collection where somebody's got $60,000 invested, racks, snakes, but I don't know what their snakes are. They're willing to trade for a car. You already put $60,000 into it. What are you doing? Like,
but most people don't do it properly.
Right.
There's so many people getting out.
Projects.
Yeah, there's so many people that are getting out. And my Patreon group did the same thing. It's like, wow, no wonder they're getting out. Look at this collection. It doesn't even make sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like you didn't build a collection. You collected shit. There's a difference in having a collection and having a collection of shit. This is a collection to do well. This is it's like, wow.
One's a collection, one's a hoarder.
And it's like, you know what? You better sell it now because the longer you keep it, the more money you're going to lose. You know what I mean? Like, please get rid of it. Please. But people aren't, and they're listening to certain people telling them like, hi, you shouldn't cross this line. Stay underneath it. Holy fuck. Yeah. Go on Morph Market and there's 50,000 ball pythons for sale. 40,000 of them are under $1,000.
All right.
And let's make more under $1,000 to make that number high. What the fuck are you? What are you? Oh my God. You got to understand and have a plan. At least like with Justin, when you said that, I have a little bit of this and this and this because this I want to have for this because you're going to go to an expo and sell. You need to know that. But when you get and you focus your collection, like me, I don't put anything together to sell. You know what? I chase what I want, and there's so much good shit after that I can sell it and still make a living off of it.
Right. Right.
But it takes time to get those animals and build the collection up and build your business, build your brand, and also have enough where you actually hit shit so that you can keep and even have some other stuff. It's like, I can sell it for a good profit. Like, there's people out there trying to sell 30, 40 snakes. I can sell one and fucking, not have to have an income for 2 months.
I can say we're definitely like our first year, we're definitely close to a 100K or maybe a little over 100K from what I've spent so far this year. and this is our first year.
Right.
Yeah, and you know what? The more you spend knowing what you're doing and built properly, you cannot fucking lose unless you're not working and putting the work in, the time in. You're not feeding them, you're not breeding them, and you're not waiting.
Right.
That's the only way. Or the snakes are sick and they die. But if you build a project and you do it right, and you throw good money at it with great genes and it's done properly, you cannot fucking lose. You can't lose.
Right.
Sounds like I need to send you over my spreadsheet. Is that what it sounds like? I need to send you over my spreadsheet and let you see what I got.
So, I mean, we have something called the chopping block. Hey, Lindsay, what's going on?
Yes, he is speaking truth.
We have a thing on our Patreon called the chopping block. And, our top 2 tiers, we have a schedule every 2 weeks, and people will put their collection up. So, and we all go on a Zoom and, we highlight the collection and we look at it. It's like, okay, here's your pairing. You know what? And we don't just look at it and say, oh, I would rather do this. No, we ask questions. There's a form you submit. What don't you want in your collection? What you do want in your collection? What are your 3 main projects that you're in, and what type of budget do you have? What type of space and rodents do you and what type of snakes do you want, from wholesale to pet keeper to beginner to breeder to high end, and there's a price range. Justin joined Billy's pay. Thanks, Bill. Yeah, I mean, it's something where I put a lot of time and effort in. I know what the fuck I'm doing. And anybody that has listened to me is going to do well, or at least understand what I'm saying, and you do well. And like I said, if you're listening to me, how I preach, other people will say the same thing, just in a different way. If you look at what people are buying and what they're breeding, wow, there's no... when you see the shit that Levance and Justin and even Ozzy, the animals they're making, people are like, oh my God, that's amazing. You know what's amazing is the animals that they're breeding to get those fucking animals. And that's the trick. You need to have those fucking animals to breed to make shit like that. Because if you're always out there buying that high-end shit, right? And making low-end shit to sell it all off to buy high-end shit, you better start getting a lot of high-end shit so that you can be in the position with guys like us making high-end stuff, because you need high-end stuff to make high-end stuff.
Right.
So, yeah, I got your message late, so it's tag, I guess, for me now to get back to you tomorrow. Assuming everyone invests well and builds strong projects, how do you think the new breeders should go about building their brand and they don't get lost in the noise? So, I mean, social media and branding is another, it's like another job. It really is. First, you got to make the time and be consistent at branding yourself and being on social media. Don't be afraid to post stuff that you have, because I get all the time. It's like, I don't got nice racks. Oh, I don't got really high-end stuff. I get it. But guess what? So does 70% of the people that are into this. You know what I mean? Like, everyone starts off. I mean, I had melamine racks, and then I went to PVC, and then I added an ARS rack, and then I added more, and then I swapped stuff out. But it's good to see where you came from. And I'll tell you, there's more people that can fucking relate to you in the basement or a bedroom, having fucking, DIY racks and starter snakes. More people in this industry, are 60, 70% maybe are the ones that are just getting in and want to be like the elite 20. Right. But it takes time. And guess what? I started in a basement with fucking melamine racks. We all start somewhere. But the thing is you want to be a part of, lives and support and get your name out, because I can see a lot of people here and I just see the logo and I'm like, I know who they are. I know what they have. I know what projects they're in, because I use and I look at all this information that's in front of my phone. Wow. Let me click. Wow. He's got nice racks. Oh, he lives in this area because he's always at this expo. Oh, he knows this person. Oh, wow. Look what he has. Wow. Look at some of his stuff. And you get the sort of, you get all this information. The problem I do see a lot of, so many little clicks. So you get involved with this certain people, and I get it all the time because, unless you fuck me directly, I'll take a risk. I'm not going to take somebody else's side because you had a problem with them. I don't know if you were the problem, and I don't know. So, I get it. It's like, why are you having this person, talking to this person? They did this and this person. I get it. But until they burn me, I ain't going to put a fucking X on your fucking name or your thing. Now, if I hear 30 or 40 or it's all over the place, it's like, I'm probably not going to go that way or you know what I mean? I'll stay clear. But the thing is, we have all these people, oh, this, and oh, I don't like this person. So, and it's crazy because I know people that love a certain person, but they can't say that they like this person or, love what they do because they're in a clique that fucking can't stand the guy. So it's like you can't even be yourself or say what's on your mind because, you know what I mean? You got to stay in your little clique. It's crazy. But, do what you want to do. Read, do shit for yourself. Don't chase people. Don't chase the new fucking jeans that, oh my God, invest in something that makes what you have better. Oh, I got this new jean. Okay, but the shit you have now is not really going to help. You just got more shit. Fix the shit and build it. And then when you're doing well, add another project and build that. And then when you have success at one thing, you keep repeating it. So everything's successful.
Yep.
Yep. And
Mm-hmm.
people want to be into 40 projects when they should be into 5.
Right.
And they wonder why they're not hitting the odds or, they're not stacking and growing at an exponential rate is because they're trying to fucking sell and feed, 1,000 different things instead of working and building one strong fucking. I see it all the time and it really sucks. And if you don't believe me, keep doing what you're doing. And when you do find out, you wish you fucking listened to me 2 years ago because you'd be so much further ahead. Because the minute you learn you're doing it wrong is the minute you start doing it right. And you don't got fucking time. You can't pay for more. And that's one thing, like I said, my time is worth a lot. And I'm now using my time and I'm, and I'm utilizing it because it's definitely something that I've wasted a lot of, or I've done. And I want to take time, and enjoy things and travel more and do shit, Later, Wiz.
Later.
Yeah, we went over the hour we usually do. I mean, Billy, you just stole the show. You kept talking, and
yeah,
I appreciate that. I haven't said much this show, but I've learned so much, and I enjoyed it because I'm just sitting here absorbing everything you're saying.
I mean, like, you know what? Not everybody will understand. Not everybody. Okay, I don't give a shit if you have a lot of money. If you don't know how to run a business or treat your business like a business, that money is it's not going to help. Okay.
Right.
I'll throw more at it. If it's fucking not working, you just it doesn't make sense. You need to know what you're doing.
If you got more than 10 snakes, it's a fucking business. You have to look at it as it's an investment. You got more than 10 snakes in the rack. You're feeding them every fucking week. And if you got 10 snakes, you sure as only got your own rat collection. So you're going out buying these rats. So you better start looking at it as a business aspect. If not, you're going the wrong way about it and you're just wasting a bunch of fucking money. So you better be pets in the drawer at that case,
Yeah, so, I mean, there's so many ways to look at what you're doing. But I really hate seeing people do it wrong for so many years. And, when they finally realize they're doing it wrong, now it's like, oh, I got to sell all this and sort of start over and invest this. It either sucks the life out of them and they're like, you know what? I'm just going to get out. I'm done. I'll keep a couple as a pet. And I've had many people do that, because they still come to me now and they come by or, they shoot the shit. Like if something's wrong, like, hey, my animal hasn't eaten in 3 weeks. Like, hey man, it's still cool. because, he's out of the business end, and he's got a couple pets. But it sucks when, you learn that you're doing it wrong. And now it's like, to do it right, you've got to let go of 80% or more. You got to start over and bye breeder females. Now you got to go look for whatever you can. Usually with power, you got to buy hatchlings, and then you got to start over again. And a lot of people are like, fuck it. But there's other people that, like, on my Patreon, they're like, wow, hopefully I catch them early. They're like, wow, I see your breeder 1, 2, 3. Holy fuck. I'm a breeder 1. I got to get the fuck out of breeder 1 and up. And I'm like, yeah, and the sooner you do it, the better it is. And I got a lot of people that within the last year have changed, and they're already like, man, my pairings are already better. I can see what I can make is 10 times better than what I was going to make. I'm in a better position. I've got less animals. I've got more time, and now they buy animals, at 5 times what they were buying other animals at. And all that's going to do is benefit you.
Right. Absolutely. I gotta plug my phone in. There we go. We're gonna end. We'll go another 5 minutes. That'll be at 2 hours. But definitely appreciate the time. I mean, this is valuable information going out there.
Yeah, I mean, like I spit it every time I talk, man. It's not like I changed my tune, And the thing is either people gonna realize they're doing it wrong, or there might be a better way. But a lot of these people that are learning are from people, and I've got a lot of it. There's people that they met at a show, or they go now they go and buy their rats from this person, and now they go and they come over and help clean, or they buy stuff from them. But if you're doing it right, I've had so many people going, dude, like, one of the reasons why I joined your Patreon is because, I've got, I like your attitude, and you've always been, everything that you do, I enjoy, and I've learned so much. But the day I realized that, after 2 years, my collection, my animals, and what I can produce is better than the guy that taught me, it's time to move on.
Right.
You know what I mean? How can I be taught by somebody that is beneath me? You can't learn much from someone that is basically here and not willing to move. He's comfortable. Well, now you're here. He can't give you, and when you realize that, you're like, wow. Because if you stay around that circle, you'll never, because you're going to be, it's like being in a circle. If you hang around a bunch of fucking losers, guess what? You're going to turn into one if you're not one already. That's just the fucking fact.
Right?
And
no answers about that.
Yeah. And the thing is like, I genuinely want to see people do well, because it sucks failing. And most people get into this with money that they don't have, and they have a dream that they're chasing, and they're spending time that they don't have, and they're going fucking nowhere. And I can see that. I'm like, guys, you got to look like, no, but I can do this, and next year I got 7 more animals. They're bullshit too. You're just going to waste more time and money next year. Listen to me. Look, and I did a fucking nice little, presentation where here's breeder 1, here's a breeder 2, and here's a breeder 3. And this is how much they spent. This is what we did. I took animals from Morph Market. I broke it down. Here's what breeder 1 makes. Here's what breeder 2 makes. And here's what breeder 3 makes. But not only what they make, look at this person here can only make this. This person here makes this and then some. And then I also did like year 2 and year 3 of breeding, if you held without even holding stuff back. And it's like, wow, if you do it right, year 5 after buying it, raising it up, and going to your 3rd breeding season, man, you can turn 20,000 into 100 or more.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, if you spend $4,000, you're lucky to make 10 in fucking 5 years.
Right.
Is that 4,000 on one animal or 4,000 on the whole?
Well, no, I basically had to.
Justin, you're a dick.
I'm just saying.
No, so basically, what I ended up doing is I basically broke it down in layman's terms. Right. Okay, breeder 1 wants to get into clown pied. The cheapest way to get into clown pied is buying a female pied het clown and a male clown het pied.
Yep.
Okay, that's the cheapest way.
Do
There's
reverse.
so many ways to do it, but a clown pie to a double head is also 1 in 4. But it's so much. It's more expensive to buy a double visual than that. So that was the cheapest way. And when we went on Morph Market, and I think it was $700 to buy the 2. Now they're 1 in 4 to hit a clown pied. Breeder 2 spent $1,800, and he got ones with he bought a pied het clown and a clown het pied, but got combos, paid more. But when I do the breeder 1 and 2, the best animal at 1 in 4 that breeder can make is a clown pied. That's the best. Breeder 2, his worst clown pied is a clown pied, and he's got 6 other combos that he can make. And guess what? 1 in 4.
Right, same odds.
Right.
Same odds.
Now, even when you miss, breeder 1 only has pied het clown and clown het pied. Okay. This person has 4-5 gene pied het clown, 4-5 gene clown het pied, and 2, 3, and 4. He's got a variety. If I'm going to go buy a male and I can't get a clown pied, do you think I'm just going to go buy a clown het pied or a pied het clown? No. But if I can get an orange dream, yellow belly, leopard enchi, pied het clown or clown het pied, I'll fucking take that in a heartbeat. Because to me, that's even better than a fucking clown pied.
Right, because of the codoms.
Right. Now, who do you think's going to make more money? Who do you think's going to have better holdbacks? Who do you think's going to sell those animals at a higher rate and faster than just a pied het clown or a clown het pied?
One
So I
per
do a variety, and I saw like a comparison, and it's like, wow. And I opened up people's eyes. And now you do a breeder 3 where he gets 1 male with 3 females, and he makes fucking like 5 to 10 times as much as these other motherfuckers. All he did was invest a little bit more money and do it fucking right. Your holdbacks get better. Your sales get better. Your income gets better. Your production gets better. Man.
Come on.
Right.
Good night, David.
Thank you, David.
Well, we're over at 2-hour mark, and Billy,
now.
we appreciate your time. No, 100%. Like,
Yeah, I'm glad I made it. I'm sorry it took so long, but
well, hey, I'm patient with it for sure. But
and
all
Stan,
you guys out there,
I believe you messaged me. I believe I opened it up, looked at it, and I just haven't had time because of a thing. But hit me up again, and then we'll go over because I definitely want to donate or help in any which way I can with
Appreciate
you and also
that.
with Holly and stuff. So,
do you want me to hit you up on IG or you want me to email you?
Yeah, IG's the best, but as you know, I'm not the greatest on it. Also,
You're good. You're good. I know you're busy, man. Everybody's
Yeah.
got things to do, you know.
Yeah, ask Ken, and he's been bugging me for months, and I'm like, hey, tomorrow, and then it's like, hey, man, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even see it. Like even right now, I haven't had my phone, right? And I made a post today, so I guarantee I have 60 or 70 messages on Instagram. So I got to start opening them up. Sometimes I'm like, fuck it, if it's important, it'll message me back again. I'll just let it swim in the shit, So,
right? Hell yeah!
Thanks everybody, and thanks for having me. And sorry I talk so much, but
No, we love it. Like, we like it that you talk that much. That was awesome.
So
definitely got some good insight off of it. So I'm happy. Come on.
Yeah, I really hope people listen and take notes, or at least say, hey, you know what? Maybe I should look into see how I'm doing it. Because the minute you realize you're doing it wrong is when you start doing it right. And you don't have time to waste in this shit.
That's
Thanks,
true.
Mitzi.
Definitely exceeded my expectations for sure. 100%.
Awesome. I'm glad. I mean, I try, right? Like I'm just me, right?
Right.
So
well, just you is
That's the
fucking
best
awesome.
way. That's the best way.
Oh, now she's getting the eye candy out.
Yeah, our little Cresty. Show's got a little Cresty.
Yeah, no, I love it. I mean, I got into
Oh,
cresteds.
Cole.
I got into cresteds, gargoyles, lychees, as well as chihuahuas. Chihuahuas are my favorite.
Yeah, Toulouse is sweet.
Hey, Cole.
I heard you just got in a bunch of isopods you were talking about not long ago.
Yeah, I bought into a company. I have, I don't know, 400, 500,000.
Yeah? Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got like 128 different species.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that's what you were talking about. You were showing some on the camera that were like pretty wicked. I was like, I ain't never seen that. Like, I think they had like the different backs
there's
are
spikes
spiky.
and
Yeah,
like 9 different types of rubber duckies and
hell yeah.
Kuberis and there's so many, but there's so many cool ones, and springtails, and I'm starting to sell them as well. But I have them in all my bioactive enclosures, and I'm getting into tree monitors and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I'm already into boas and hog nose, and I want to amp those up too. And I definitely want to. I love investing and putting my time into the reptiles or anything in the business, Husbandry Pro, the cocoa, other stuff. I love everything to do, and I'm learning about all these new species. And I tried all the geckos, and I'm successful in all the species. And I finally got my first lychee. I'm like, yay! And I have chihuahuas now, and I'm like, wow. So
come on.
Heck yeah!
I'm a gecko breeder now officially. Well, unless it's like the ball pythons where I got to raise a female up that I made and then breed that, and then I'm successful. I'm halfway there, but I'm enjoying it, right?
Right.
That's all that matters.
That's the main part. That's the main part. When you lose your enjoyment for the hobby, you want to get out. So
right.
Yeah.
You got to stay 100% enthused.
And I'm still making mistakes here and there and learning and correcting. And
we all do.
I think, you all have to do that because, I mean, if this was so easy and we could get what we wanted, I think I'd be bored as fuck,
Right.
We both spend the exact same money. We get the exact same stuff. There's no chasing, no reward, no long-term shit. Cause we know I'd be bored as fuck. Why? I wouldn't even want to cut my eggs to be like, I know what's in there. Fuck, just wait till they come out and put them away. Like, that's how it would be, man. I love it, man. I love, oh my God, I got eggs. And then like, oh, fuck, did I hit it? And, and then I'm so excited that I think I hit it. And then it comes out and sheds. It's like, fuck, it's missing the 1G.
My little pacer right here. She'll sleep in front of the incubator if you let her.
Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, I love it.
But I won't touch it. I won't disturb anything.
I'll be yelling across the house. Don't open that fucking incubator.
I appreciate you guys having me on, and hopefully, like I said, I reach new people, and I know what I'm talking about because I've been there doing it wrong for years, and it sucks, and I see people today spending money and doing shit, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like I don't know. I watched like Matt, Olympus's reptile. I'm like, those
Them guys blow my mind.
I mean, if you watch his pairings, his holdbacks from 2022, I almost shit my pants. I'm like, fuck off. He's like, dude, you got to watch it. I'm like, you're lying. I'm like, nope. Yeah, this is my holdback. This is one of my top 10 animals. Mahogany black pastel.
Thank you, Ashley.
Mahogany black, like, okay, where's the triple head? Like, nope. And then a freeway. Freeways are cool, but that's your holdback. That's one of your top 10 holdbacks. You've got all those fucking animals, and that's this pied because I really like the pattern. You're holding back a fucking piebald female, 8 years of breeding? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
I think I have better animals year one than them people have.
Yeah, but the thing is so many people are, because he's got a big, you should watch this guy. You watch this guy, and they're learning wrong, and
there's some stuff that I got to weed out. There's just some stuff that I got to get rid of that I did wrong. But I mean, I have some right and some wrong, and
we all fuck up. I mean, I even buy shit. I'm like, why did I buy that? I'm an idiot. Like, hey, we're human. But like I said, I'm trying to reach people, especially if they want to turn this, which I would say 70% or more want to turn this in a second income or a full-time business one day because it's amazing. You love it. You want to be around these animals all the fucking time.
I love it.
Sometimes the people in it. But if you're doing it wrong, you're never going to get there. And fuck. It hurts and bugs me because there's more people watching that bullshit, learning wrong, and then getting out, where if they were taught properly and they invested their time and money right, they'd still be here and they could be powerhouses because they're enjoying it instead of fucking hating it and selling their collection and no one wants their collection because it's all garbage anyways.
Garbage. Right?
Like, fuck. Like, please, people, learn to know where you are, have a plan, learn business, and learn social media, and like, like Leviathan, like, those two, I mean, I knew them even, watching them before Snakes and the Fat Man, wow, look at this logo. Wow. Look what they're doing. Holy shit. Like, wow. And now that they're in there and involved in the community and popping in here and there, and they've been on my Patreon and they pop in and say hi, and they're fucking everywhere. I love it. And they're doing it right. And watch where they're going to be in 4 years, even 3 years, 2 years.
Right. They're already up there.
100%. You know why? Because they're doing it right.
They're doing it right. Yep.
100%. And if and the funny thing is, any one of you motherfuckers here watching or watching later can do the same thing. You need to know where to put your money, when to invest it, how to do it, how to build it properly, and try not to have a bunch of fucking everything. Do it right, and you'll see the reward coming. Believe me, myself and other people have done it, and it's like, you can't have everything and expect to have everything.
That's what I got to get rid of.
The more projects you're in, the more money you got to keep adding to it or holding back to keep it growing every year. You're smarter to have 3 or 4 amazing projects that you can keep building, holding back, and grow with amazing odds, and more at it. So you hit more males and females, because if you're chasing something and you miss your male, oh, fuck, now we got to wait next year. If you had that male, next year, it'd be twice, 3, 4, 5 times as amazing, instead of, using that visual double head or whatever the fuck you're doing, instead of having that triple male.
Right.
A lot of the stuff, if you're doing it right, like, I can't go buy some of the shit I need. Like, who has a fucking, I've got 5 breeder, triple visual males. Some are combos. Where's my quad? Who has quad males for sale? I got to fucking wait and get it. The faster I get one of those, the faster fucking my collection and everything I do exponentiates fucking high.
They do have it. They ain't giving it away. So
maybe smart not to. But that's the thing. So I have to do what I do to get there. But once you hit that male, everything just becomes wow. You go from the 1st floor to the 5th overnight. Like, holy shit. But if you don't hit it, you go from 1st floor to 2nd floor, 2nd floor to 3rd floor. When you hit that, then you spiral high. So that's what I mean. You really got to know how to do this. And but all these people that shit on people's Patreons. I've been on a lot of people's. There's great information. Bob Vu has one. Garrick DeMeyer. I was on Justin's. I'm on Ralph Royal Canadian Reptiles. You get a lot of info from people, and I'm it's awesome, but everybody, I guess, has a certain thing. I'm here to yell at you guys to do it fucking right.
Well, thank you.
That's basically what I do, right? So I just, if you want to be on my Patreon and do it right, I gave people shit because they're too busy chatting in the fucking chat. And I even said, I'm like, guys, I'm spitting this shit out. You're not listening because you guys are sending me after 6 months, your breeding plans and what you have, and you're fucking doing it wrong. And I sat there, I'm like, you guys don't, if you guys are on my Patreon just to chat in the fucking chat and you're not listening and you're distracting other people, I'll kick you the fuck off. I don't need your $50 or $100 a month if you're fucking screwing other people around. You want to go fucking chat? Go to fucking free YouTube and shit. There's tons of it. But don't come on my fucking Patreon and fucking go in the chat and disturb other people, and especially not listen so that you can take your shitty collection and have it do something for you, because that's why you're here. I get mad at people because, we're not here to chat. You're giving me money to tell you how to do it, and you're not fucking listening because you're too busy chatting. Fuck, it pisses me off.
Hey, I'm part of a handful of Patreons. I can tell you, there's some that I'm like, y'all just in here just to talk shit about people, or you're just in here to do like, this isn't helping me anything. Y'all just, every time I get on here, you're talking shit about somebody. What the fuck is this about?
Yeah, like, well, you know what? We'll talk shit about someone too that's not doing it right, or we're human. You know what I mean? I'll go on a live stream and talk shit about someone if they're fucking doing something I don't believe. I say it about fucking, Matt from Olympus. I know what I'm talking about, and it's my opinion. If he believes he's doing it right, good for him. But I don't believe that he should be telling people that this is the way to do it, because it's fucking not. It's not. It's definitely not. Crazy. So, if you want to just be a pet keeper and be happy, wow,
Some people get off a little bit on sending people in the wrong direction, so they don't have competition.
And I think that's what it's about.
They do.
More than anything.
I'm not saying that's
before.
their goal, but some people do that. I don't want that person to be further advanced than me, and me stay down here and then be up here with the half.
Yeah, and you know what I hate? I hate when they tell you, here's a bar, don't bother crossing it. So here's a level that you can get to, but don't go. No, I want to see people with, that if they put the time in and they want it and they have a bigger, better facility producing better animals than I have in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I'm going to fucking congratulate them because I know what it fucking takes to have what I have and to maintain it. And believe me, I'm not doing it all right, but I'm fucking learning and shifting and doing shit. But if someone gets to where I'm at or past it, they fucking deserve it. I'll tell you that right the fuck now. And I'll never pull anyone on my Patreon or anyone I speak to. Hey, no, you're going too fast. You're doing too well. Come down on the fuck that.
Right?
Hit the gas, motherfucker. Hit the gas. Don't even stop at red lights, man. Fucking give her, bro.
I've had so many people tell me, slow down. And I looked at the last one that told me that, I looked at him straight in his face, said, you tell me to slow down, just wants me to go even harder. And he looked at me, he's like, huh? And I was like, I don't care how much bigger you are than me. You tell me to slow the fuck down, I'm going to go even harder. So, and I just walked off and I kept it at that.
It's crazy.
And it tripped me out because it was somebody, I was like, what? When he told me that, I looked straight, I'm like, are you kidding me? You're telling me to slow down? Like, why?
Ken's sitting here with his finger on the fucking end live button.
Yeah. Hey, it's been
Billy. Get
hours, but I pulled that motherfucker back real quick.
I got shut the fucking do. Shut the fuck up, Billy. I got to hit this button. But no, I'll shut up and, thank you for having me once again. And, I'm sure I'll come on down the road, just this fucking Tuesday night shit. Like, man.
Well, we run a Thursday night too. Thursday works better. We'll have you there too.
Thursday definitely works better for me. You tell me that now. Fuck, if I knew the option, I would have picked Thursday a long time ago. I could have been on earlier. Fucking guy. Fine, we have Tuesday. Oh, okay. If the Tuesday or Thursday works way better, Billy. Fuck, Ken, sign me up. It's all good, man. I'm glad I made it.
For his defense, Thursday is definitely the R.W.O show. It's like his show that he created too. That like now all of us are kind of in it. So there'll be more people on the panel for sure. But definitely you got Thursday free.
Yeah, but I hate being on a panel because I'm the one that only yaps and I fucking just take over and everyone's just sitting there going, yep. That's why I feel bad. Sometimes I've been on let your hair down Fridays, and there's like 13 people on the panel, but Billy's the one yapping for fucking hour. I feel bad, but that's just me, man. I don't shut up. I love what I do, and I get, if you can't tell, man, I get pumped, and I'm mad at people.
It's your passion.
Yeah, but I get mad at people, and my passions. I get like this, and my blood boils over fucking the shit that you guys aren't doing or what people are doing to fucking slow you down. I'm not even benefiting from it, but it bugs me because I know what people, hey, Luke, my man, he's always around.
But we all listen.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's the thing, man. And it's like, you can bring a fucking horse to water, but you can't make it drink. All I'm here is to tell you what you need to do. The minute you understand what I'm saying and follow myself and what other successful people are doing, because it's all the same shit, just, you will do better. I'm telling you, I look like such an idiot if you do what I'm saying and you fucking fail. I'd look like the biggest idiot. My Patreon's the longest one around, besides Matt's, but I've got people with fucking 6-7 figure collections on there. Big fucking people on there that I mentor, that we talk and help. And guess what? Man, I know what I say works because I do it every day. Austin works for me for 8 years. Started, with about $10,000. Last year, $680,000 he made. His collection's probably 1.5 million.
Yep.
Wow.
Look at a lion. A lion made $250,000 his very first breeding season or second. Wow. He's been with me for 5 years. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I know what to do. And if you do it as well and add your own little twist and keep learning and putting your own spin on shit, but you got to understand the fucking building blocks, how business works, what you need to do in order to get there. Not buy this and buy that and buy this and buy this and buy this and think it's, the more you have, the more no, you're fucking wrong. Please listen to me or find out or talk to somebody that and say, hey, yeah, like, am I doing this right? And if they're a good person, they're going to say no and hurt your feelings because you need to know that you're doing it wrong. Fuck, I don't care whose feelings I hurt. I'm going to be honest with you, how you take it and what you do. But I'm giving you my heart and my mind, my experience. And I know what I'm talking about. And if you look at anyone that's been great, Bob-W.O, look what he's done 6-7 years ago. Fuck, he was a nobody. He's just a guy fucking loving snakes doing this. He started doing it right. Look at him. Mershon Morphs, fucking JD Constrictors, DD Exotics. Like, fuck. There's so many people. Jersey Balls, Conduit Constrictors, A Exotics. Like, I can scream out almost fucking half the people on my Patreon. Watch where they're going to be in years to come. Fuck. I got to start saving my money because I'm going to be having to spend it with some of the shit these guys are making. My man Bear from Red Onion Reptile. Well, I always say Royals, Reptiles. The shit that he's going to be making is fucking nuts. Oh, I mean, like, wow. I mean, I wasn't always a big breeder. Neither was Justin. I mean, you hear these Bob-W.O, man, fuck, who doesn't know who that guy is? Look at him 7 years ago. He was nobody. He was a guy buying snakes. Like, he did it because he knew and he loved his passion and knew what to do, understood business, went after it, held stuff back. Fucking monster. And another amazing guy that will fucking bend over backwards to help you. And he's amazing. I love him. So, you guys can all be there, but if you don't know what you're doing and you don't do what we all do, you're not going to get where we are. That's a fucking fact. And I can guarantee 100% on that. So, anyways, Ken, I'm shutting the fuck up.
Inspiration, people. That's right there is inspiration at the finest. He inspires a lot. He inspires me. He inspires you, all of us. And listen to the guy. That's my opinion. Listen to him. It's pure rank inspiration.
And
but hey,
say hi to Tiff for me.
I will definitely, Billy, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Got to end sooner or later.
I wasn't going to come on, but she said, no, you have to. She's like, it's what you do, and you got to.
See, it's fucking solid right there. It's fucking solid.
She's just,
yep.
She pushes me, and I push her, so we make a great pair.
Just don't be on a cliff when you guys push each other.
No.
Have to throw in a bit of humor, my man.
I mean, I've been with her 27 years, bro. So, it's tough, but she's pushing and she's going to keep pushing.
That's
I
fucking
won't
awesome.
let her stop fighting. And, her one mother, stepmom is like, oh, she's tired. I said, yeah, I know she's tired. But I said, watch this. I said, do you want to quit? And she looks right at me. She says, fuck no, I don't want to quit.
Right.
I said,
right. Fuck no.
I said, that's what you get for you're tired.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I mean, she's tired. She's tired because she's exhausted, all the medicine and doctor's appointments, but she's not tired as to the point where her stepmom thinks she's tired, like she wants to quit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's never been that way.
It's a mindset too. I really believe, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a mindset. It's what you have, once your mind is turned off or not focused, you really don't give a shit. Like, it's like with my animals. Like, I can sit there and go, you know what? I'm going to take a couple of days off, not go in. Hell no. I want to make sure that the lights are on and things are there. I mean, make sure that everything's good. And, I get to look and see and, burp my tub, see if I got eggs. And, it's like that. But I can turn it off and say, but guess what? A lot of shit can happen if I don't do that. It's a mindset. Yep. So I'm glad she's got the positive mindset and tired or not. It's the fucking mind that, maybe her body and she's physically exhausted, but if her mind ain't, then fuck, that's the powerhouse right there.
Heck yeah.
Give her my best wishes.
I definitely will, bro.
Awesome.
The only thing other I got to say for everybody out there, man, is enjoy life today.
Yep.
Yesterday is gone and tomorrow is never promised.
Yep.
So
that's a fact.
100%.
That's
We
a
love
fact.
you guys. Billy, you are awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Great inspiration to everyone. Like, I can't thank you enough for making yourself available, especially for almost 2.5 hours. I mean, that's your time, and you gave
I
it
don't,
to
like I said,
us.
I don't, like, even with my Patreon people, I don't put a clock on. It's like, oh, you got half an hour. I talk until I believe that they've got it or they've absorbed enough, or like, you know, I don't have a stopwatch. Like, I'm on here, I enjoy myself, I talk, and that's what I do. Like, you know, and you know, it's good.
We
I mean,
appreciate it. We
you're very
appreciate
welcome, man.
your time. We appreciate your work, and I hope everyone out there has taken something from this, because I definitely have.
Awesome.
100%.
Yep.
Everyone else in the chat,
Thank you, Billy.
Thank
let's
you.
guys.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you,
Bye,
Billy.
man. Bye, Stan. Bye, Alexandra. Bye, Justin. Bye, Ken.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.